Redeeming cock? The hell did I miss? What a way to start a show. I see you're redeeming your cock. Kevin. Oh, and the hell did I miss?
He said he had 2 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have no idea how to use them yet.
It's
At some point, I'm going to unleash my cock upon you.
You successfully
It's gonna
redeemed
be a
cock for
cockfight.
2 shots. So how do you
Cockfight.
how do you use your cock?
Are we on?
We're on.
Oh, hi.
And hi, Matricula.
Good evening.
Look, she's a moderator. We could bring her on. Matricula, you're welcome on anytime. So, but you gotta let us know. Otherwise, we'll just keep fucking inviting you all the time.
I like her.
We got a store and everything now. We're so awesome. Hold on, I gotta throw these in the trash. Hold on. 30 seconds.
What?
And away he goes. I have no idea. He's gone to throw something in the trash. Maybe it's visitors to the store. Some people just wandered in. He took a look at them and he went, you know what? I don't like the look of these guys. I'm going to throw them in the trash.
Oh, what are we throwing in? Hold on, we're going to come on live on the radio stations now. Then you can talk about throwing people in the trash.
Right, cool.
Okay, welcome.
No, he's talking about you doing it.
Oh, I'm throwing people in the trash. Look, there's like a bunch of logger that just walked in the door. I love you, Jen. I love you too. We're broadcasting at a Retro Daddy-O, best place ever. It's in Williamsburg, Virginia.
In Williamsburg.
Come on down and bring more younglings. She brought in like a 24-pack of younglings. She's got a Halloween party going on tomorrow, so she's stocking up for all the drunks like me.
Oh, tomorrow's Halloween.
It is. Okay, tonight, movie horrors, monsters and icons is the topic. And our special guest wasn't able to make it. Hope his wife is doing better. We miss you, Rob. Our thoughts are with you and Phyllis.
Yeah, sending you all the best, mate.
Ed will not be joining us tonight because he's having a small crisis at home too. Hopefully it's not with Phyllis, and that's why Rob is worried because Phyllis met Ed.
Can I just say as well that I had this weird mental image earlier when I got the group message from Ed that said, I can't make it tonight. I have a crisis to attend to. I had this vision of Ed somewhere donning a cape that he'd carried in concealment and going, someone's just inaccurately quoted Civil War history somewhere. I must go. My people need me.
My people.
That's exactly what happened.
It's, oh, let's see. Did I do the intro? We did the intro. Told her what the show's about. Who can we say hi to? Hey to Matricula.
Hi, Matricula.
Woo! Okay, and and Von Hegner.
Awesome guest from last week.
We do. Now, I need to move this special guest over to, hold on a second, to this side of things.
We have a guest.
He's kind of in the way of the camera. Now I can't see you guys.
Whatever.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And the guest can't see. And yeah, there's this, too. Where is it? Hold on. I got to touch his butt or something.
Don't put your finger there.
Oh.
Or you know to put your finger there.
Hi.
That's pretty awesome. Can we put him in your chair?
Probably, and I can sit on the table. I think I'll take up less room. Let's
just be careful where you sit. We don't want you making a similar noise.
Poker face. Let's see. Let's put him here, and then let's turn this. Let's see. I don't know if he's.
Are you done?
No, I'm rearranging everything. So.
Hello to everybody who's listening in on the radio tonight, who's really not benefiting from any of this whatsoever.
That's right.
If you're just listening, go to Twitch right now.
Twitch TV.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Okay. No, still can't see him. I'll just have to keep him on.
Just hold him in the air like that for the rest of the show if you would. That'd be awesome.
It's a good idea, right? So. Look, she's got her own giant lizard. Oh, by the way, I'm just going to be selfish. So tonight, I brought whiskey and Wicked Grove cider and coffee. And then, since I have my Jesus juice, I figure I might as well also have my... Oh, sorry, this camera.
Joseph and Mary.
Yeah, my Joseph and Mary.
No, you were right the first time.
No. You guys get a different camera than they do. This is their camera. That's your camera. Your camera,
Oh,
their camera. Your camera, their camera.
Why don't you put them both on the same side?
Because I look at you on this screen, so if I put the viewer's camera on this screen, it feels like I'm looking at them instead of them having to look.
Side?
Because it just doesn't work that way. Well, welcome
See,
to
I
politics.
can't do Twitch tonight, so.
Oh, you could listen to me sing. That'll make you twitch.
Yes, it will.
Poker face.
Oh, yeah, it made me twitch.
That's my dating song.
Is
Poker face. I'm like checking out Facebook, which, by the way, for everybody on Facebook who's listening or watching,
Hi.
without Ed here, oh, look, Kevin's got it covered. Look at that. Way to go, Kevin.
I'm trying to fill in.
Yeah, the show falls apart without Ed.
Yeah.
This is why
people say before, like, Ed's the quietest out of all of you. Like, obviously, everything he says is sensible. He's one of those guys who doesn't speak unless he's got something worth saying. But the other reason is he's kind of like the technical glue secretly holding the show together. So tonight we're entirely. As Travis stands up, I thought he was about to illustrate my point that we are in fact flying by the seat of our pants.
Yeah, I'm getting my bottle opener out. Let me introduce people. Okay, in the spirit of Halloween, since Halloween is tomorrow, we have our dark and scary monster, Andrea of Night Owl Creations.
Hi, I just dropped that.
Like it was hot.
Yeah, well, it wasn't. Thank goodness. It's a cigar. Tonight I am smoking Tatiana Cognac. Smells really nice. What are you doing?
We have sound effects now. I'm making my own instead of having to buy them with the shots that everybody earns by listening.
I've bought some, but I need to know how to use them.
I'll explain that in a couple minutes. Andrea's still
cool.
talking. Andrea's talking. We're going to get in trouble, Kevin.
Oh,
you're in trouble. Don't make me come over there.
Again.
Right now, I'm drinking New England coffee, New England brand coffee. Going to be smoking my Tatiana Cognac cigar.
Is that the New England French vanilla mixed with the Starbucks mocha?
Yeah.
Nice.
I wasn't going to mention the S word. But I have a bucket of candy.
It says party mix on there.
It's a party in the mix.
Fuck is that? Oh. Okay.
Now you may talk.
Then we have our helpless victim, Kevin Crew.
Help. Good evening, everyone. I'm drinking Nescafe Gold Blend this evening. And I'll be smoking hand-rolled cigarettes. I really want a cigar. You guys are making me want a cigar tonight. I have none.
Yeah, we'll bring some over.
Maybe come get one.
We're hoping to make it over there for Greg Chapman's wedding. So if we do, we'll bring you a cigar.
Yeah.
What?
That's in June.
Yeah, I'll have to message you guys beforehand and we'll organise a cigar order or something.
Oh, we can do a
We'll have
review.
to check the imports as well. We'll have to watch out, see whether there's a limit on what you can bring into the country.
We can just send them over.
Cool.
Hey, Gene. Gene's just joined us over here on...
Hello, Gene. Nice to see you. Or
Twitch.
Not see you, as the case may be. Gene's on Twitch. Oh, she can see me. Hi.
So, yeah. Oh, and I'm Travis Sivart. I'm the host. What do I got tonight? As I mentioned, I have Jameson's whiskey. I have Wicked Grove hard cider, which I'm pouring in a mug that I've always wanted to use and didn't use. And then Andrea went, "Why don't you use it?" I went, "Great idea. I'll use it." Get all that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's been sitting on the counter. He's like, "I bought these. What am I going to do?" Just use it tonight. It's for cider. It's the mason jar.
Then, since it's
There's
Halloween,
the lid.
I did go with the autumn evening pipe tobacco, and I'm using my nice little Nording freehand. There we go.
What's your other one?
I'm about to show them. I saved that for last. Then I have a nice pretty mirror here. So there we go there. And by the way,
that's pretty.
I think the dragon.
Ian just posted here. He got busy watching a number of different streams, lost track of time. I'm here having issues with chat rules. Text keeping me from chatting on Twitch. Oh no, chat.
Look at when the rules pop up, Ian. If you can hear me, just look at the bottom, and there's a little button to clear them after you've read them. Once you've read them the first time, they don't appear anymore, and then you'll be free to type in the chat box.
There you go. And hello to Talking Towie of Talking Towie. Funny how that works, isn't it? I think it might be Tohi. So yeah,
whatever.
She's playing Fishing Planet. She's the one with the cows and the UFOs, and we watched her building.
No idea what you mean, but it sounds awesome already.
Yeah, I know. What else do I have here? Okay, I already showed Joseph and Mary. I think I got everything.
Godzilla.
Yeah.
Godzilla.
Tohi. Good, I had it right. Yeah, we have this here. Let me touch his butt again. Where's your butt?
Oh my goodness.
There it is. Talk dirty to me. Okay. Okay. Go on over here, Godzilla. Godzilla. Okay. So, Kevin, what do you have go on this past week, sir?
I've pretty much just been working a lot. I did have a public show with the snakes on Saturday morning, which was cool.
Yeah, you did.
I went to one of the big. Yeah, you know.
Showed snakes publicly.
Always going out in public, whipping out my snakes in front of these poor unsuspecting grannies. You know, they come in for a kilo bag of dog food. The next thing you know, I'm thrusting my python at them.
And they had a stroke. The second one had a stroke. Third one couldn't reach.
The third one couldn't reach. Yeah.
Dad joke right there.
For people who don't know, I help run the local reptile club. I'm very passionate about exotic animals, and so one of the big pet superstores here on the island where I live did a public information morning with us, where they let us go and set up a bunch of tables, and we took along a whole bunch of cool exotic animals, everything from tarantulas and chameleons to big snakes and a couple of interesting lizards. Yeah, big snakes is kind of my thing. So yeah, it is.
Dirty.
Yeah, so I took my 10-foot python out in public and waved it in public space, and some of them loved it, and even some small children had their photograph taken with me draping it around their shoulders.
So you put like the snake's butt on them?
Uh-huh.
Nice. I want a cigar too.
I might see if I can pick. While we're chatting, I'll go and have a leaf through the Society's page and pull up a picture and post it in the Facebook page for people who are following us there, so they know we haven't forgotten you.
Have you wiping the snake's ass on a small child?
Absolutely, yeah.
Nice.
What else is small children for?
Matricula like
if I know.
Bombed us and ran. She like, hey, see ya. We love her anyway.
Oh, hey.
You know, I actually
scared her away.
It could be. I sent Ian a message the other day asking him if he ever thought about being on the show, because he talks, he's intelligent, we tend to not disagree too often, so I'm like, hey, maybe he'd be cool to have on the show. But maybe he's actually an asshole in person and we just don't know it.
Yeah, but then, to be honest, those of us who are on the show every week are all complete assholes in person. So.
Really, I know I am. I am the most considerate, nicest asshole you ever know, but I'm a fucking asshole.
Oh, hell yeah.
By fucking asshole, I mean people put their penis in me.
What?
Oh, we're all kind of like 50% Nelson Mandela, 50% Bill Hicks.
What?
What?
That's a British thing I don't understand.
I know who Mandela is, but I don't know who Bill Hicks is. Is he a comedian?
Oh, shut up, Bill Hicks. Bill Hicks, the comedian, yeah.
Oh, I think he's a comedian.
Oh, dear Lord.
Jean, she says, I'm still new at Twitch, so here I will sit. You know what? Go listen to last week's show. We explained it all. So now you know.
Yeah,
was that last week?
If you missed it, it's up there. Go and watch it, because obviously it was all about Twitch. And to be honest, although ironically we're on Twitch, and it's one of the new things we've been venturing into recently, and it's been great because it's brought us loads of new listeners, which is wonderful. It's something I didn't know an awful lot about, and so we kind of used my account and guinea pigged it a little bit, and I learned an awful lot about Twitch last week. So you can go and watch that. There's a couple of bits where I shared my screen so people could watch along with me as I did things with Twitch for the first time. Yeah,
absolutely. Andrew, what do you do this week that you want to talk about? Really?
I'm eating a cracker.
Yeah,
you caught me off guard.
You've got to be on the ball more, man. You've got to watch the screen, you know. You can't interrupt a lady when she's got a mouthful.
Especially with cracker and on the ball.
It seems like so long ago. I don't remember what I did.
I thought you guys weren't allowed to use the phrase cracker.
We prefer saltine American.
Oh, okay, cool.
Well, I forgot Friday. I don't remember.
Wasn't that the berry?
We did dress up. No, that was the week before. I don't know.
Yeah, I think you're right.
We did dress up as Adam's family, and it was interesting because we don't have a girl, so there was no Wednesday. It was Pubert, all grown up. Yeah, that happened. So
how was the party? Because I spoke to you. That was when I spoke to you guys. You were just sort of starting to get ready for that, weren't you?
Yeah. I had just come in.
We didn't stay very long. It was our tattoo guy.
We stayed like 4.5 hours.
Did we?
Yeah, we did.
I'd say that's in terms of party duration, that's a decent amount of time.
Oh, wait a minute. No, it started at 7, not 6, and we left at 11:45. We got there late. We got there maybe 7:30, 7:45. 4 hours.
But, yeah, that's pretty reasonable, man. It's not like you dipped for 15 minutes. What's this?
You can't see it.
It's just a question of angles. Oh, yeah, I can. Yeah, I can see him. That's cool.
I made him draw. I drew a mustache on him. I made him shave so I could draw a mustache on him. It's horrible. But it's funny.
Oh, that's some nice coffee.
And what'd you do yesterday?
What's yesterday? Sunday? Nothing.
You laid on the couch with kitties while it rained and watched movies.
And then we watched Ghostbusters. Yeah, watched Ghostbusters for Halloween. That's it.
Now, for me...
That's an exciting life, right?
That's a good day. Now, for me, on the way here, I actually got here late because, well, a few reasons. I guess I could start at the beginning. So, this weekend, I went on my news stories, and they have like an extra supplement coming out, which I have to do extra stories for that. So I had all these stories, and instead of doing them as I get them, I was going to do them all Saturday night. And then we went to a party Saturday night, so I didn't do them, so I did them all day Sunday. Straight into the night until 6:30 or 6 o'clock this morning when I had to drive my son to school, which is a 3-hour round trip for me. But on Saturday, I had 2 stories to cover. Wait, actually, let me start on Thursday, because Thursday I went to 5 different animal shelters for one news story.
Wow.
Well, that was great fun. I mean, just puppies and kittens, but...
Kittens!
Yeah, I'm a cat guy, and yeah, they were just cats. Lots of them. It was great. And then there was one, they had 2 cats in 2 cages, and they were just like the big metal stainless steel boxes with a cardboard box with litter in it and paper down and food. No toys for the damn cats.
Mm.
And I'm like,
so sad.
Well, they're like, they get them in the litter, and I'm like, pin them to the cage door.
Oh.
Not the cat, the toy.
Yeah.
And then last night as I'm writing the damn story, I'm like, do those cats ever get out of the cage? Because I know my cats, I have a 5-bedroom house, and they will run from one end to the other.
2 o'clock in the morning, usually.
And then I'm thinking about these cats stuck in this, 2.5 foot by 2.5 foot by 2.5 foot box. I'm like, where the fuck do they romp and run at? And I was very sad.
They need to come home with me.
Enrichment is such an important thing for any animal that's confined for any reason, whether you're talking about, for example, the snakes that I keep at home. We have a regular schedule where we make sure that they come out and are handled. They go outside and experience, different sensory input and stuff, because we consider it important to giving them a well-rounded quality of life. It's no different with dogs and cats in a shelter waiting home. And yeah,
the dogs, they get out, they have a yard, they roam in, and they let the dogs run. But what about the cats? Do they have that? Now, one shelter I went to did. It had like a little playroom that was netted off that the cats can be put in to run around and romp, and they did. Like every cat they put in there was like, playtime! And I'm like, awesome. Whether it was a kitten or an adult. But this other one, it was just, and the dogs weren't in
I've just got this mental image now where you said netted off of just like a bag of angry cats.
And then there's one shelter where they run around inside, outside. They have almost free reign.
Yeah, there is one of the cat ones. It's a woman's house, and yeah, they're all over the place. I mean, she has like 30 cats in their house, but no smell at all.
We have a similar thing here on the island with a woman who runs a bat sanctuary.
Oh, that'd be cool. There's just bats everywhere?
Yeah, it's awesome. I've been over there I went over there because we support them every year. But at the end of each financial year, the reptile club that I run, because we're non-profit, above a certain limit, any money that we've made in profit over the year that doesn't go towards the cost of running the club, we give away as charitable donations at the end of every year, and we support them every year.
Nice.
In fact, coming up fairly soon, like they do every year, on or around Halloween time, the local bat hospital come and bring like 4 or 5 different types of bats with them.
So next time we visit, are you bringing us there?
Well, to the bat hospital, I'd have to check with them. Yeah, it's kind of not like a public attraction per se. But having said that, I do know. No, this is true. It's who you know. Yeah, I know
bring a camera and do a live Twitch broadcast from there. Anyway, real quick
from the bat hospital
to Talking Toey. Yeah, the crappy shelter is like a prison. Even the dogs were in like 4.5-foot cubes of cinder block with a chain link gate opening, and I think they had a hole they can crawl out of, but the dogs were too big to like go through that hole. I think it's just where they slide the food through. And yeah, I felt bad for them. Yeah, that's like death row. It was like Green Mile equivalent. Hey, Matriculate.
You'd think as well, from the point of view of a shelter, that it's in their interest to keep the animals prime health and happy, because it increases the rate at which people are more likely to want to give them a new home. And also because theoretically people working at a shelter should surely be interested in the welfare of animals.
Well, you would think. The people are. One shelter I went to, the really nice one that had a front room set up like a house where the dogs can come out, and they had the separate playroom for the cats, and all the cats were in huge cages with 3 levels so they could run up and down, and they had toys. That place, one guy goes, sometimes it's really hard, and I can't feel as much as I used to because I just can't do it. And I'm like, no, I get it. You have to compartmentalize in these situations. You can't feel everything you see because you'll break down. And Matricia, that's cool. Come on in and out. We like you. We'll still talk about you especially if we think you're not around. But now you know what we say. It's usually good things. They switched me to beta, and I cannot clear the chat. There is a way to switch back, and I can't remember how to do it, Gene. I want to say, okay, in the upper right-hand corner of your Twitch screen, you'll see your username with a drop arrow. Click that drop arrow. The 5th item down should be a check mark for the beta site. You should be able to take that check mark out. And then you'll be off the beta and back to regular. So, but then again, maybe you just don't want to talk on Twitch, and I get it. But everybody listening or interacting on Facebook, bear with us. With Twitch, we are having less opportunity, especially since most of you have come over anyway, to respond on Facebook. But we will check it, and we will get to you at some point in time. Hey, Bob just joined us. Hey, Bob. Good to see you, buddy. Glad to have you here. Oh, see, Talking Toey says beta has caused a lot of chat window problems. Okay. So Saturday, I had a zombie 5K fun run that I went to, which was done to bring awareness to homeless.
Did you take part?
I took pictures. That was enough.
Okay.
But
you were with them in spirit.
Yeah, well, as a zombie fun run, that'd be pretty cool to be with them in spirit.
Oh.
Because dead.
That would be a ghost run.
That's what I was doing, ghost running. I just brought a sheet, which you guys, you've heard why ghosts are usually depicted in sheets, right? Because during the Victorian era, when they had duvets and the duvet covers, people would actually get trapped in their duvet cover trying to put the goddamn thing on, fall down the stairs, kill themselves, and they're forever damned to wander around in their duvet covers. That's why ghosts legit. Yeah. Hey, Gene! Oh, Ian! Wow, you both made it over. That's great, Ian. Ian says that's my problem too.
See, look, I step away from Twitch for one moment.
And we get them all back over here. I'm glad I was able to help with that.
This is why, isn't it? They were waiting until I wasn't looking. They were like, quick, he's away. He's on Facebook. Let's get in there now.
After the zombie fun run, I went to a state park, a beautiful little local place that we love. And they were doing catapults and slingshots with pumpkins and hay rides and pumpkin carving, and they gave me free candy, and that was nice.
Candy.
You know, Kevin, if they're listening and interacting on Twitch, they heard you. You don't have to type it in.
No, I know, but I like to.
Oh, well, okay.
Because now they know that I've come back and I'm there and I'm paying attention and I'm current with what's happening in Twitch because I love them all and I want to show them my attention, lavish them with my love. But you had to cheapen it.
Yeah, well, sorry, that's what I do with love. and now they're all back over on Facebook posting because you're not there.
That would be amazing, yeah.
Oh, what else did I have? I got a new phone, so we switched from Verizon to AT&T because Verizon, who usually has the best network, does not at my house. You go a half mile away from my house, it's fine. But Gene's giving you kisses.
Oh.
I know they ain't for me, Kevin. Oh. Those are for you. Wait till she learns about the reading sexy things. Wait till Victoria learns about you reading sexy things for her.
Oh, dear Lord, yeah. We'll tell them more about that in a bit, shall we?
Yes. When it posts automatically, we'll reference it then. Hey, Matricula, I learned how to use the store. The Stream Element store. Okay. Oh, something else I learned at the zombie run. We live in the most financially depressed area in Virginia.
Oh, we've got something in common.
Isn't that great?
It's like 40%.
I don't live in Virginia.
46% of the population in our area are at or below poverty level. I'm like, nice. Oh, well, there we go. Oh, here's something else. I'm fat guy happy because when I was driving here, I was hungry and I was really tired because I did stay up till like 11 a.m. this morning. I was up like 24 hours. So when I woke up, I was a bit dragging and lethargic and ugh. So I stopped at McDonald's on the way here. And I'm like a chick. When I'm with Andrea, I'm like, no thanks, I'll just have the salad. But when I'm alone, I'm like, I'm a big fat pig. Watch me order more shit than I could ever put in my mouth.
I want McDonald's. What the hell?
I got a double quarter cheeseburger, large, with the large drink and fries, and then I got chicken tenders on the side, and I ate it all. I am like fat guy happy right now.
While we're on the subject of fast food, can I just make a brief but impassioned plea?
Uh-huh.
On behalf of all married men, stop wanting to steal part of my fucking side order. If you want onion rings, fucking order them. There are 12 onion rings in that box. They are my fucking onion rings. My onion rings. Order your own.
If you can't finish them,
I feel
we
the
could bring
same
them
way.
home. Yeah. Unless it was discussed ahead of time and agreed to, then it's fine. By the way, let's see. Ian, favorite rescue? Separate cat house for the rescues. Nice. So you have animals in one place and hookers in the other. That's awesome, man. There's nothing like a separate cat house for the rescues. Then Talking Toey says, all my self-control not to go down to Dunkin' Donuts and eat an entire dozen Holly. Yeah, I totally fat boyed it today. I just
Krispy Kreme.
Hot Krispy Kreme. Yeah, it's like
it
is like the best jizz-like substance I'll ever have in my mouth. See, and Gene says, then you guys leave my fries alone. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, what else did I have? So I covered the fat guy happy. We covered the Halloween party, zombie run, Bell Island, car accident. So as I'm on my way here, I drive down all these little back country roads. Sorry to hear that, Toey. She can't eat Krispy Kreme. It's too sweet. And I get stuck in a traffic jam on these backcountry roads. Like, it goes so far up, it's around the bend, I can't even tell what the problem is. Okay, and there's no cars coming towards me. When I finally get up there, it's 2 pickup trucks. One was off the road onto a tree where the engine was dented in past the front wheels. Not to the front wheel, past the front wheel. Oh, see that? There's one of the advertisements. We give you shots. They're like points, not real alcohol, every 10 minutes, and you can spend them to buy fun sound effects or even stream interactions. And there's a link. So you guys can go there. So there you go. No, put your mind in the gutter. It's fine. Yvonne Hegner, I've never had fries cooked in lard. I'm curious. Oh, wait, Kevin has.
Got to use some proper fat for frying, man. None of this fucking sunflower oil bullshit. Need something with some flavor to it.
And just remember, in the U.S., we call it canola oil, not what you call it.
Rapeseed oil.
That's right.
That's great.
Yeah, it's true. As we've repeatedly mentioned, and one more time, just for comedy's sake, literally 2 miles down the road from me, there are 3 or 4 enormous fields where there is nothing but rape as far as the eye can see.
That's not funny, but I'm laughing.
Oh my God.
I'm a horrible, horrible person.
Yes, those of you out there who snickered along will see you all in hell.
Yes, there is a god-awful sounding hamburger using donuts. I don't know if they're Krispy Kreme, but and then Paxi and type 2 diabetes for Bob. God, we love our fat food. Speaking of which, with the Fat Boys, I got my Fat Boy ring today in the mail, which I need to thank them. And here.
That sounds like a sex toy.
There you go, Kev.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's just a little symbol.
Is that cross pipes underneath? I can't quite see.
Underneath his chef hat, it's a. Hold on.
Okay. A chef hat, a pipe, and a cigar.
Nice.
So.
Why the chef hat?
Fat Boys. They love food and
good things. Cool. Nice.
Canada is the world's biggest producer of rape. Unless you're talking movies, then it's Japan.
Yeah.
Godzilla.
Yeah, and the other pickup truck that was in the accident that was still in the middle of the road surrounded by fire trucks and police, his engine had been bashed in past his front tires too, so there was 2 of them that were that bad.
See, when I was driving there last week, there was an accident. One was a car and the other was a deer.
Oh.
The deer was smashed on the side of the road, and then there was the truck.
So the deer had been drinking, is what you're saying?
Apparently.
Don't drink and deer.
Nice. Now, I have other things to talk about, but I think I'm going to save them for either A, This Week in History, because I don't know if Ed actually put stuff up without him being here this week, or B, the third hour. So, but we'll get to that stuff. It might be This Week in History stuff. Let's go into a song. Oh, wait, we got a toast.
Oh, with Kermit.
Here's the monsters and icons that I like to call my penis.
Here.
They're there, everywhere. Werewolf. Okay, now let's see.
Werewolf.
First song. There we go. See, I use that couple.
Nice.
Our first song is Blue Oyster Cult with Godzilla. We'll be back.
Godzilla!
And in case you guys on Twitch hadn't seen yet, oh, hold on, I gotta make
Hadn't seen yet?
You hadn't seen it yet?
In case you haven't had a Charlie Sheen moment tonight.
There we go.
Oh.
Rawr. It sounds like he's like in a tin can or something when he's doing that.
He is.
He's been known for hanging out in septic tanks, apparently, and...
I mean, maybe it's just the translation 3,500 miles to my microphone, but it actually sounds to me like he's trying to take an awkward shit.
Because he keeps touching his butt.
In a porta potty.
Are we in the song?
Yeah, we're in a song. Yep, Godzilla's playing.
Godzilla!
And we have 3 minutes if you need it.
Travis, I need you to tell me at some point how I use my cock.
I don't know. You typed in like the exclamation redeem cock.
And that buys them for me, which means I can, instead of going to the store page, once I know the code, I can just buy them in the chat. What I want to know is, once I've got it, how do I use it?
This is a problem a lot of men have.
Yeah. Right now, I have 2 cocks. I'm like a dog with 2 dicks, and I have no idea how to use them.
Let's see here.
If anyone more Twitch TV familiar than me knows what I'm talking about, I have purchased sound effects from our shop, but I don't know how to use them.
Matricula, help us, Matricula. How do we use them? You know what? I betcha it is right. Hold on a second. Let me pull up this page with the command.
Because I don't want to disturb people all night just randomly typing cock into the chat bar. So, it's not. Whilst it's obviously not that out of character for Talk of the Tavern.
I went to default commands. Exclamation point cock is not a default command. Apparently, it's a special command.
Damn right it is.
Now let's see here. Let's come over here to here.
It's really cheap, by the way, people, if you're listening. So I think you're earning something like 2 shots every 10 minutes or so, automatically, just for listening if you're logged in. So
correct.
Go to our store, follow that link that comes up, go and buy them, and then you too can use stupid sound effects and other stuff, as well as redeem a whole bunch of other mad shit that we've now got up there in the store. Me saying things in a slow and seductive voice. Victoria, when you join us, be prepared for trading in lots of points there.
Kevin, you tried exclamation point redeem space cock, right?
Mm-hmm. That buys me a cock. I'll buy another one.
Are we still in the song?
Yeah, another 30 seconds or so.
I forgot what I was going to say.
Oh, yeah, there's Harry Housing Cat. One of our cats got in the paper.
There you go. I just successfully redeemed another cock. I think I've got 3 cocks now.
Kevin's buying cock all night long.
You see my cat? You see our cat in the business suit?
That's awesome.
Oh, I'm glad to hear Talking Toey says that would look just like any other chat room on Twitch. Good.
Fair. That's all right.
But our show is actually oriented like it's us.
Like the newcomers are lowering the tone or anything,
It's us doing it instead of the listeners. So, have you tried exclamation use cock? Have you tried? You know what? Type exclamation cock. Try that real quick. I don't care if it works or not. I'm going to be amused.
Oh my God.
With a space or just as
and
one
we're
word?
back. Just exclamation.
Don't put space in your cock.
We're waiting. Well, don't forget there's a 10-second delay. And
there is.
No, apparently that didn't work. But it amused me.
What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to use my cock.
You're trying to get
help me use my cock.
Oh. What the hell? See, I miss being on Twitch now.
Yeah, it's and apparently there's only 5 cocks that can be purchased.
Matricula's just back up, just as Travis is trying to help me use my cock.
Matricula, how does Kevin use his cock? He bought a cock from the Talk of the Tavern store, and now he wants to use his cock. So how do you use the sound effects that you bought? We'll just wait patiently over here.
Yeah, well, now we'll just go quiet on air, forcing you to come on and save the moment by telling us.
But at least we're on Twitch, so people can see, we're still here, unless we slowly sink out of the picture. And we're back. It's like magic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm watching the replay on the screen, and we're all kind of leaning down at the same time. Uh-oh, my big metal robot cock just hit the ground.
Well, you should have clenched tighter.
Okay.
Wow.
Oh, see, okay, that's helpful. No, I didn't know there was a sound effects overlay that I could put on. Okay, so let me go over here to OBS, create a new overlay.
So you have to overlay your cock,
Would
Kevin.
it be audio input capture? Would that sound right, Toey? Now we've got like the 10-second delay, and then she has to type and all that. We'll find this out in a moment. And then there must be a link or a something, a source. New browser source.
So what?
Okay, and
what you're telling me at the moment then is it's not my fault. My cock works fine. It's just that you haven't opened the entrance for it properly.
It could be. So new browser source. What link do I use for that browser source? Put in your link from Stream Elements. The store link or just the Talk of the Tavern link? Oh, I know what you're talking about. Okay. So the one where it actually plays the show is the one you mean, don't you?
Yeah, the store thing.
Well, it's more than the store. There's one where it actually plays the show. So that's just streamelements.com/Talk of the Tavern, and that should actually be playing the show, if I'm not mistaken. And that should do a sound effect thing, I think, right? Oh no, you're no help then, are you?
Suddenly dismissive of all of your really useful help so far.
Let's see. Okay, well, let's try that. And if it doesn't, what?
I need a runner. Like a gopher, someone to go and fetch me coffee and stuff.
Oh, yeah, like those mystery hands like some other people are lucky enough to have.
I want one of those.
We need to get our Twitch channel more successful so we have minions.
I want a minion.
If anybody listening would like to apply for a minion job, let us know.
No, that doesn't work because that's actually covering things. So let me delete that. Yes.
Look, she's just posted again. Look for a widget link.
Yeah, I'm looking for a widget link.
Get your widget out.
I was so excited. I got all this stuff and, let's see here.
People can still go and buy it, though. Save it up ready the moment you get that thing in place.
They can. Let me go to Stream Store here. It's probably on the overlays. Hold on a second.
I have an hour later.
You do?
You have what? What's that?
An hour later.
What is
it now? You can have it now. It's a chewy taffy candy. You can have it now or later.
Oh, okay. So it's kind of like a sweet that tests your self-resolve.
I guess. I don't know. I'm picking them out of the candy bucket.
Let's see. Okay. Aha, there's an alert whenever you redeem an item. Stream labels. Don't need that. Need
Blah, blah, blah.
stream goals. No, static text. Trick or treat.
Oh, trick or treat. I need more candy.
An excuse for more candy. You have 3 musketeers.
Yeah, I don't see a widget for it over here on Steam.
There's a home video that will never see the day.
Well, I'm going to have to find it.
Out.
Yeah, I'll figure it out when I'm not on air, but I figure I could at least take a quick glance, and if I see it right off the top, then there we go. But I do not see
People can send me candy.
Until then, you guys can all build up shots and spend them later.
I just bought another cock.
You're just all about the cock. See, the alert just posts it in the chat. That's all. Wait, there's all kinds of stuff. New browser source. Okay, got that. 3 musketeers. Okay, we'll figure it out. Or Matricula will come back and go, Travis, you're an idiot. Touch me here. Right. So, should we talk about movie monster icons?
Yep. Oh, yeah. We're supposed to have like a topic for the show and everything, aren't we?
Is that 2 children, or is there one kid standing way in front of you and the mother standing way behind you? Is that like Grover with near and far?
I'm assuming talking about the pictures I put in Facebook of me and the snake. The woman on the right of the picture, so stood on my left, is actually Tiff, one of the other committee members from the local reptile club.
She's like teeny.
She's quite small, yeah.
That's adorable.
That's kind of the point. Yeah, we were just stood having pictures with me and the snake and the young girl, and then someone shouted out, "Hey Tiff, get in the photo."
So she's like not even up to your armpit.
No, she's teeny.
Thank you, Toei. I appreciate that. Set it up in her stream and let me know. Thank you. And if not, I'll experiment with it over the week, and just like I did with sex with that geometry teacher. And I'll figure it out.
That's a big snake.
No, he was Jewish. It wasn't that much. Hey, Tammy.
He's a little cute.
Oh, Tammy shared my post. I thought she was like listening to. Oh, she says she's going. Is she in the Facebook? Tammy, are you listening? She is. She looks so great now, doesn't she? She looked beautiful before, but
she always looks great.
She does. Yeah, hold on. I'm trying to dig out of that hole. Thanks for helping. I appreciate it. I'm like, you look good now. Wow, you were like crap before. Thank God you changed. Okay. So this week's show being movie horrors, monsters, and icons. That would be, we're going to discuss anything from King Kong, Godzilla, Jekyll and Hyde, vampires, werewolves, mummies, Freddy, Jason,
Dracula, Frankenstein. Yeah.
Dogs and cats living together. Mass hysteria.
The Skeksis from the Dark Crystal.
They were kind of icky, weren't they?
I love them.
Yeah.
They were awesome. Skeksy.
I could see you in a Skeksy outfit. You wouldn't even need to have the fucking hand puppet thing on top of.
Trust me, I'm bringing Skeksy back.
No.
Hold on, I'll just write that shit down right now.
Clip it.
849. Yeah. 849 Skeksis. Asshole. Oh, I should go back and look up the cock redeeming.
Yes, there's bound to be some.
I'm going to have to watch the whole damn show just to find it.
Just watch the whole thing. It's okay.
And Toei, do you prefer that I stick with your screen name, or is it okay to use the name I normally call you when I meet you in person, and not the one when I'm pulling your hair, the other one?
I'm too Skeksy for my
baby.
That's amazing.
Talking Toei is actually the one of the 3 women that I created awkward compliments with. And I actually just sent them a message last night going, hey, what would you guys charge for me to buy you out? Because I just want to do other things with it and not have to consult a consortium and everything. And Toei, which is Win, she's like, send me an offer in a private message. And I'm like, I don't know, $20 and a spanking? I don't know what to offer here.
Kevin's cock.
Kevin doesn't know how to use his cock. You think she wants that?
No, but I do have 4, so I've got plenty of cock spare.
Yeah, so see, just one of them.
And talking Toei, Win here has the best sense of humor. It is the most American British humor I've ever. It's very dry, very witty.
It's fabulous.
Yeah, and it'll just pop out with something that makes you go, she did just say that, right? It's great. I really appreciate her sense of humor.
And she's on Twitch, right?
She has her own station channel where she plays.
Yeah, because I watched, that's when I first saw Twitch, is her farming game, and there was like an alien getting a cow. That's great. Was it Farm Simulation or something?
Yeah, and I watched her last week while I was here waiting for the show to start. I was watching her build a Coney Island dessert stand with a creepy hot dog guy.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. And by the way, she says negotiating tactics, never be first to throw out a number. I don't have numbers to throw out. That's why I'm like, I don't know. What else can I offer? Can I give you a pair of my shoes and rent Kevin to you for an hour? I don't know what to do.
We have Harryhausen.
Do you need a cat in a business suit?
You fly me to America and back, and I'll give you the hour for nothing.
Well, that's what it'd be worth, so it's good to charge something like that.
It'd be worth nothing, yeah.
But you have the accent, so there's a plus. Okay, so I guess we could just... Oh,
Monsters?
Here. I know what I'll start out with. So I'm in Retro Daddio in Williamsburg, and I want to just...
You're not going
to... show this to everybody here.
At least it's not the slippers.
This is some of the stuff that she sells here. That's a bumper sticker. I'll just put that right underneath Godzilla's Tuchus. And then she also has these, which I'll show to you guys first. And then the crowd here. You know, and these are all just car stickers that she has here. And we brought out some cool stuff to show to everyone. Oh, it's a little too close. Let me pull it back.
But there's all kinds of really cool stuff there.
There is. But, yeah, this is just, you know, an idea of what you can...
There's Sugar Skull stuff. There's horror stuff. There's paintings on the wall that local artists have done.
Gene, Jeff will not bring in Talk of the Tavern for World's Fair, so it'd be hard to talk him into paying for an airplane ticket. Well, then again, maybe not. Not for Kevin. He might pay for an airplane ticket for Kevin. Yeah.
Yeah, he might.
Jeff's been on the show before, too. Yeah. I don't know what type he goes for, but you never know. Never know.
Do you think
that would be cool if he could get out here?
Tall, gangly, praying mantis stick insect type British men might be his thing?
Well, I think that could be anybody's thing.
Half man, half insect.
You know, if you're going to fly from overseas, I don't think we need to limit you to one person. Yeah, really. Is it the left half or the right half? I'm half this, but it's all... Go ahead.
Him and Em need to come out. When are y'all going to come out?
Yeah, well, we've got the money. We really want to do it. You know, it's because we've got other friends in America as well, so it's definitely on our list of things we want to do. It's just getting the time off work and the money and everything to coincide in one go.
Well, we're working on it, Kevin. My big plan with the show is we get so popular that we get picked up by YouTube Red or Facebook Watch or whatever.
YouTube Red, not RedTube.
Yes, YouTube Red, not RedTube.
Whatever.
Whichever one pays better.
Oh, yeah.
One pays by the inch, the other one pays by the hour. So
either way, with me and Ed on the show, we're golden either way.
Yeah.
That's a shower, a different thing. Anyhow, see, there it is. There's more about the points. I'll have to watch and see if that's too frequently. I think it's okay though.
Yeah.
But anyhow, like Facebook Watch and YouTube Red are paying like $5,000 per episode. And if we could get on there, I'm like, everybody gets $1,000 per week, and I get $2,000 to run the show. And because I
can be over once a month.
Yeah, absolutely. You could be like, I'll just come over and do the show from your house this week. Okay.
Yeah.
Buy a plane, Kevin. Just buy your own damn plane.
I don't think $4,000 a month is enough for that. And there are people out there who make
save up
more than $4,000 a month, and that's all you make. You only make $48,000 a year. That's not such a daft.
That's not such a daft idea. Em's always wanted to fly a plane or be a pilot. She's flown before. I bought her a couple of flying lessons for her birthday a few years ago. But
nice.
It's one of those things. It's beyond our financial reach. The amount of lessons you need and the cost of them. Just to get her qualified, we wouldn't be able to afford it. But it's one of those pipe dreams. It's something she enjoys doing. So if we ever do get rich, I'll buy a plane. She can fly me.
Nice.
Good idea. And in just a couple minutes, we've been talking about the topic so much, it's almost time for This Week in History.
The subject is history.
That's right. Crap. Nobody put anything in This Week in History. Guess what we're talking about? I got it covered. Thanks a lot, Ed. So Kevin, says he's going to the show 7 minutes before the show, and that's about the same amount of time before Ed actually puts This Week in History into the actual document that we use. So here's something fun that I can do. Let's do this. I'm going to give the viewers a treat here, and you guys take a look at this.
I can't.
No, you guys can't. It's the girl that I showed you earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody on Twitch, check that out. What is that on her face? Is that a fish? That's not a beauty mark.
We didn't say beauty mark.
Yeah. I don't... Did she,
road rash.
Did she, lick a slug and stick it to her face?
To me, it looks like some kind of flat, sucker-mouthed fish, but what kind of fish, I couldn't tell you. My knowledge of fish isn't that good.
Yeah, is that a flounder? Is that like a baby flounder? Because it has a tail. That's not a leech. Because I thought slug or leech, and you can see eye stalks there, and...
Probably dead now, stuck to her face.
Probably. Well, she's got a good complexion. Yeah, I have no idea what it is, and I tried to, Google the image, and they're like, face, lips. And I'm like, no, there's a fish stuck to her face, damn it, Google, pay attention here. What the fuck is that? So here I am sharing it with you guys to see if anybody else can figure out what that damn thing is. Yeah.
He's a fish.
We'll zoom it in even more. So, yeah, I don't know.
Fucking odd, that's what it is.
So is that the history?
No, we haven't even gone to that song yet. Ian says, I want to say a sea slug. Ian, did you get my Facebook message? And I mentioned it earlier. You might have ignored it because, no, I understand. I talk to myself, too. I know how it is. Yeah, there's a teenage girl with something slimy on her face. And yeah, we're not even on YouTube Red. Here we go. Okay, so we could check that out. Let's go into a song. What do we got for our second song before This Week in History? We have, of course, the classic, the traditional, the ever-loved Monster Mash. We'll be back. And for all you Twitchy folks, which is where most of you are now, very good. Oh, wait, Kevin.
You know what song you need?
What?
Putting on the Ritz from Frankenstein.
I do. Oh, wait, I gotta press play. I changed it to Q. I do have Witch Queen of New Orleans, I Was a Teenage Werewolf. Then in the third hour, a few independent bands. The Big Figure.
Ian answered you, by the way.
I see that, yeah. It's
cool.
Yeah, Ian, before you totally decide, if you decide it's a maybe, let's get on the phone, let's sit down and chit-chat and make sure, we can actually put up with hearing each other's voices.
No pressure.
Yeah. It looks like a
Be cool though.
Placobella leech. You know what? Let me just go Google Placobella leech or a placebo leech. It's not really a leech. She just
Taco Bell
thinks
leech?
oh yeah, they have that new breakfast leech now.
Taco Bell leech. Nice.
Taco Bell leech. Nice.
I thought that's what he said.
Oh wait, it's got a BD in it. Now let's check out some images. See if people stick them to their face. Oh wow, it's kind of a pretty leech as far as leeches go. But no, I don't think that's what it is because it like sticks to frogs and snakes and other amphibious type critters. It wants to test
Yeah,
my.
but then you've got to assume that the leech in question is not in its natural habitat, Travis. It's not like she was just wandering next to a display and it just went out of the undergrowth onto her. Like in the wild, they attach to snakes and stuff like that. Doesn't mean it couldn't be one of those.
Trying to figure out, where she is. That might be its natural habitat.
Why?
May be like country fairs. Yeah. It's
Leechius suburbani.
That's why it's the placebo leech. She just thinks she has a leech.
Leechius socomomicus.
That sounds like a interesting weekend. Kevin and his big long snake. So yeah, you're totally like hold the snake's asshole, kid.
Not quite. I would never grip a snake by its cloaca. You're asking for trouble. That's kind of like if I decided to exhibit you by holding you up by your ball sack.
That's why you hand it to the kid and go, hold it here.
I'd expect you to attempt some kind of rudimentary resistance.
Or pay you, one of the two.
He's hooked about 3 or 4 inches from his cloaca.
Yeah, I was just kidding.
It's not like I've got a finger in there like a bowling ball.
Yeah. I figured if you're going to make a kid put a finger there, you're going to be like, hey, tell me if it's a male or a female while you're up there, would you?
Oh, yeah, trust me. I know it's a male. I've probed him myself.
Oh, if I had $1 every time I've heard you say that from behind.
Okay, hang on. Bear with me 2 seconds. I'll be right back. I'm just on the shelf up there.
Do we have to stop talking? Oh, he's muted himself. He's got the headsets off. Quick, Ian, talk about him. He said it's on the shelf up there and he goes the other direction. And here we have Kevin in his natural habitat of the cozy couch. Reaching for his headsets, he puts them on and snickers lightly in his dry British way. Here he's going to display some English artifact. It's a remote or a brick. It's hard to say.
No, it's a small pouch.
Wow, big dick, small pouch?
Contains
snake probes.
My snake probes.
They can also be used for picking locks.
If you're exceptionally skilled or someone has locked your snake up, yeah.
And we're coming back. Okay, Ed, what happened this week in history? Shit happened, y'all. Pretty good impression of Ed, huh? Yeah,
it was definitely an impression of Ed. Yeah.
That's right.
What do you think, Bob? Did you think Ed was on? Did you go, wow, where did Ed come from? You can't say that though. That's racist. Okay,
I'm racist.
This week in history, we ain't got shit. We're like those guys on Spaceballs in the desert with the pick.
We combed the area.
So instead, I want to talk about a few other things. So November is also Movember, as in M-O-W. And whereas October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, Movember has turned November into the guy issue month. So originally it was men's prostate cancer, etc. they've now expanded it to mental health issues, depression, suicide, whatnot. So I talked to Andrea, Ed, and Kevin and said, what do you guys think? Should we do this? Should we shave, grow our beards out, raise money for Movember, etc.? And after much discussion and debate where we earnestly all gnashed our teeth and pulled our hair, after the oral sex and the spankings,
but before the tea and biscuits.
I'll tea your biscuit.
Meow.
We decided, no, we'll talk about it every week, but we're not going to ask you guys to give money to a charity. You know where it is. You know how to go support them if you want to.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to ask you to do it here on the show. Instead, we'll say it's Movember. Please keep in mind about mental health issues and health issues for men. Give us money so we could buy whiskey. I'll drink to that.
Yeah.
Here.
Or cigars. Or,
Here.
I don't know, somebody clean the house. Whatever. So, Kevin, are you going to shave tonight or tomorrow? I guess tonight for you. And then see how much you can grow out in November?
I might give it a go just for a laugh, yeah. I'm going to give it a full facial, I think.
Okay, well, what about you, Andrea? You going to shave and let it grow out?
I don't understand your question.
Just really any part of you is fine. Men will be interested no matter what.
I was going to say, are you not supposed to wait until January?
I'm just trying to figure out what the cause is for January. Is that like February and January had a baby?
Yeah.
January?
Yeah, very, very much like that, yeah. That's exactly what I was meaning.
I saw a short video of cats that looked like a possum and a bat got drunk, went out, found a biker cat, had sex with her, and she had their babies. Because that's what these kittens look like.
They're adorable. They're like mini werewolves.
Yeah, they really are. They're like the Cliff Clavin of werewolves, though. For those of you that don't remember what I'm talking about, on the TV series Cheers, it was an episode where they had a beard growing contest, and they all shaved and had it growing back in, and Cliff claimed he was like a werewolf where it comes in great, but it was like these little horrible patches. Very similar to my beard that I've been growing out for decades now. So I think what I'll do, Kevin, you can grow a full beard. You can let yours go. If I shave this, it will barely be there by the end of November. So what I'll do is I'll start where I'm at now. It will give me a, what's it called? A cripple, a placebo, a crutch. What's it called? When you're gambling and you give somebody a paraplegic. What's the word?
You don't give a paraplegic. That's wrong.
No, neither of you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I can't think of it.
A handicap. That's what it's called.
Oh.
Really? You guys couldn't help me remember that word?
No, couldn't.
Apparently. I'm staring at Twitch wondering if it disconnected because nobody suggested I did. Yeah, now Von Hegner comes through. Thanks, buddy. He must have been in the other room running back to the keyboard going, I know this one! Yeah, grandfather me in. So, and I would still be willing to bet that by the end of the month, Kevin, you will have a longer goatee or beard than I do. But we'll
possibly, who knows? It'll be shot through with silver, unfortunately.
That's okay. That's sexy too. It goes with the personality. You know, old, crotchety, smelly.
Yeah.
Oh.
I've said it for years. I can't wait until I'm legitimately old enough to carry a cane for mobility purposes so that I can smack small, obtrusive youngsters with it.
You know, I'm torn on that one because I like walking arm in arm with Andrea. And it's hard to use a cane and walk arm in arm with your woman. And then
I see where you're coming from.
Yeah, and then when you want to, like, in a very senile sort of way, grope somebody else in front of you, I'm not even saying women, just anybody, you've got to find a place to put the cane that won't need, surgery to get it out. Hey, hold this. It makes a sploosh noise. Stun canes are awesome, though. It's just hell to walk with them. Grandpa's down again. Did he bring the stun cane?
Sword cane, that'd be more my style.
I have those. Those I have. The problem is you'll want to get a custom one because of your height, Kevin.
Yeah, that's the problem there. They tend to look a little bit like sword, like dagger canes.
Sword canes look like daggers anyway. I mean, when you're like, it's got a 15-inch blade, you're like, that's not a sword. This is a sword.
This is a sword. Yeah.
When stun canes are best used in wheelchair jousting.
I love that idea. That's amazing.
That is great. Oh, and they unseated their opponent. They are now drooling on the floor instead of drooling in the chair.
I watched a great Vine somewhere the other day where it was a bunch of guys in an office, and they had two guys, and they got a load of parcel tape, and they parcel taped two guys into those rotating wheeled office chairs, and then attached a couple of cardboard packing tubes like jousting, and then instead of the guys having anything to do with it, they're basically immobile, and the two teams were just pushing them towards each other across an office space with predictable calamity.
Von Hagner, there is a similar thing that you could do in Google where you could search by the picture. I did use that. Now, I just uploaded that picture to your little Tin Eye website, and it's 0 results, and they searched over 23.4 billion images. Nothing.
God damn it. What is this weird shit?
So,
drop me roller.
See, when he said, has no one tried using this, I thought he meant the stun canes and wheelchairs. I'm like, no, it is a great idea. Then he put up the link. I'm like, is that
not
a website
yet,
for it?
The answer to that.
That'd be great if there's like, so we have bum fighting or wheelchair stun cane jousting. Which do you want to watch tonight, babe?
Yes.
Yeah, really. Pick one.
Tonight on ESPN.
ESPN 17. Yeah, because World of Warcraft takes up ESPN 4. Okay, now, so Movember, we agreed on that. We'll let it grow out, and Ed says he'll participate. He'll just hate it in the middle and shave it down. We'll just let him, shave his crotch and let it grow out.
Oh, okay.
He could have 2 fro's.
That's not weird at all.
No. Now, the other thing I'm thinking about. So, I'm a writer, in case any of the listeners didn't know, and I have a couple dozen books out. A couple dozen of my own, others, anthologies by other people. So I'm going to, because I've been really slack, especially this summer, I'm going to publish a new book by January, or at least have it written, and then once I can afford the editing and cover, get that done. So I have 2 choices. I have a book pretty much written, which I decided I'm going to chop into 2 books. So I have to take the last 20% off, write an ending that makes sense, and then take that 20%, and that's the first part of book 2. Or I could write part 2 of a book I already have published. So the book I already have published is The Downfall, is the name of the series. First book is Harbinger. If I wrote the second book, yes, people have already read the first book and may be interested in buying the second. If I write 2 fresh books and put them out 1 month apart, Amazon Analytics will be triggered, and it will actually create more attention on Amazon for it. And then if I can go and write that other book shortly thereafter, it will feed off the success of the first 2 or the whatever.
Yeah.
So the 2 books would be steampunk, so they'd be shorter. The standalone book, or the part 2 of the book I already have out, would be epic fantasy, so it'll be almost, the length of those 2 books put together. Andrea feels like doing part 2 of the book that already exists is the best idea. What do you guys think?
That's one of your more. Is it the most recent one you've put out? Or one of the more recent ones, isn't it?
No, it's been out for a year and a half, 2 years almost.
Wow, is it? Christ, it feels like it's more recent than that.
So. Let me go find the published date here.
I don't know. I mean, on a scale of 1 to 10 of popularity of all of the stuff you've written, where does it feature? Is it one of the more popular ones, one of the less popular ones? Because that would factor for me into
it's one of the more popular ones. But you got to understand, here's some information that I probably shouldn't tell everybody, but I'm gonna, because that's the kind of guy I am.
Because fuck it.
I make between $7 and $25 a month royalties on all my books put together. So, how popular is this one? I don't think it's even popular enough to consider into the formula, because it's making me $1 or $2 a month.
Then I don't know. I mean, from my point of view, I'd say maybe go with something new then, because maybe that new something is something that's going to snag a reader you didn't have before, who's then going to come and read all your other stuff you've already got.
And by the way, it was almost exactly a year and a half ago, like a year and 7 months ago.
It depends on how many people enjoyed the first one and are waiting for a sequel, because you don't want to be, what's his name, Game of Thrones dude.
No, but also, I've had one person ask when the sequel will be.
Okay.
So, and if I talk about it, people are like, oh yeah, I'd love to see a sequel.
Yeah, because people want to be supportive, but I don't know. What?
I'm looking at Victoria's picture there, and the lighting on that. I'm guessing that's her. By the big chest piece, but the lighting on that makes it look like you have a beard.
Where? What the? Where the what?
Okay, go to Facebook.
Oh, okay, right.
She posted fashionably lady after dressing everyone else. What a fun weekend.
Oh wow.
Maybe that's somebody that she dressed. I don't know. It's too far like it.
No, I think that's her. That's an awesome outfit. I like the fan. And what an enormous chest piece you've got. Fnar.
And by the way, Wynn, who says I always prioritize, but what I can finish most efficiently, get something done, then move on to the next thing. I guess the 2 books would be easier to finish efficiently. So, but I don't know. Okay.
You never know.
Anybody else have any thoughts or ideas that they want to post to Twitch about this or Facebook? And then we'll move on to the next thing. Well, while you guys are commenting, if you're going to, I'll ask this. I have thought about, while writing this, doing a daily video on Twitch, just updating how it's going that day, how many words I hit, how the plotting is going, etc. And not necessarily inviting everybody like I do to a show, but just let people know that are interested, hey, this is about to go live. Thoughts?
Yeah.
More for the writers who are, or people that want to write, or just, good friends that want to be supportive. Kevin?
Yeah, there you go. Dead silence.
Speaking of being supportive,
I think it would be a good idea.
I was just going to say, speaking of friends being supportive, yeah. I like it. Sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, it can't hurt. And then it'd go up on YouTube the next day so people can, follow along there and comment and whatnot. Then the last thing is, I'm not happy with my weight. I'm going to lose some weight. See, when you say here, unless it becomes a time commitment you don't need, this would actually create a accountability for me, where more than just telling Andrea how I'm doing on the writing or whatever, or reporting it once a week on the show, it would be a daily thing of, and it would only be a 2-minute to 5-minute thing. It wouldn't be an hour-long thing, so it would be no different from, okay, I'm wrapping up, I'm cleaning up my desk, getting ready to head off into the other room to do whatever. Here's what I capped at today. So,
yeah, just like a brief update. Yeah.
Yeah, and again, it's more of the bonus is maybe somebody will get something useful out of it or show support for me. The actuality is it's an accountability for me to go, oh, I've got to say this out loud.
Yeah, kind of a way of keeping not pressure on yourself, but keeping yourself to task. Yeah.
And I've also thought about doing the same thing with weight loss because I want to lose 15, 20 pounds because I'm just not happy at this weight. After I went fat boy eating today, it was so good. Thank God there wasn't a Krispy Kreme on the way, huh?
Mm.
I want Krispy Kreme.
And Victoria's joined us, by the way. I don't know if she's joining us on Twitch, but she's joined us on Facebook.
Yes, we were discussing her picture.
Of course, yeah.
And but feel free to join us on Twitch.
I'm in England. There's obviously a lag while I'm catching up with the rest of you.
And Victoria, just so you know, if you are listening and you can go to Twitch, you can now buy things that will make Kevin read sexy things to you. Or read anything just in a sexy way.
Yeah, I don't care. I'll read the shipping forecast in a sexy voice. I couldn't care.
They have a forecast for like UPS and FedEx?
Yeah. It's quite a famous humorous thing here. So on the BBC radio service, the shipping forecast every day.
Today,
announcing the
boxes will be delivered by men in brown shorts. Make sure you keep your eye out.
Amazon, northwesterly, proceeding at 13 miles an hour. Delivery time expected 9:15.
By drone. Okay.
Accidentally shot down as it flew over farmland.
Yeah. That's our thing. Anybody got any weird news or current events or anything?
No, just the show.
So that's enough good news for anyone.
What about birthdays?
Don't think I've got any this week.
Because last week you were all like, hey, you just said what I was going to... Oh, you said what I was going to...
Yeah, I've got nothing this week, see? This week, when you're not ready, when you're asking me for something, now I've got nothing, see?
Andrea?
No.
Okay. For me,
no.
Ray Johnson... No, you don't have anything? Or no, you saw something that's making you say no?
Mm-hmm.
I have nothing. I have nothing.
Okay, I've got something. I'm going now.
Okay.
Ray Johnson of the Fat Boys, Drunken Leprechaun. His birthday is today. He is 39 years old. Now, let's see. We covered that last week. Who else do we have this week? No, don't like them. Oh, my adopted sister, Nancy Barden. Hers is on the 2nd. My aunt is turning 60 on the 4th. That's Kathy Milano. And then Sunday, next week, Jessica Gonzalez is turning 34. And we just went to her Halloween party 2 days ago. So there we go.
She's a watermelon. She's adorable.
I called her Melonhead. Wasn't terribly funny then either. Okay, that's it.
There's one. I've got one I can mention. You won't hear it because, for fairly obvious reasons, up until a certain age, I won't let him listen to the show. But actually, my son is 15 today, tomorrow, depending on where you are.
So is that the age where he can listen to the show?
There's no appropriate age to listen to the show.
No. I'm going to keep him at arm's length from it for as long as I think I humanly can. He knows I do it. He's kind of expressed a vague interest in it, but I think more not because he's interested in the content of the show, just because he thinks it's cool.
I thought you were talking about prison sex again.
No, not again. No, not yet.
Oh my goodness.
But no, yeah. So it's his birthday today, Halloween.
Hey, happy birthday to wait, do we say his name out loud?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, Josh.
Joshy.
Yeah.
Don't you call him
15?
Josh? Yeah, we got to call
him. Seems like yesterday he was 5.
Yeah, it's. No, I have
his
nothing
mum took
appropriate
it.
to say.
We had that moment the other day where his mum took a selfie with him while they were out on a walk, and she posted it up, and we both said the same thing when we saw each other later when I came home from work. It's like it's the first photograph where scarily suddenly it's like someone's clicked that puberty switch, and suddenly he's not a little boy anymore. He's a young man. Like his face is beginning to change. You know, he's dropping all that kind of teenage puppy fat. This is another reason I won't let him listen to the show. He'd kill me if he heard me describe him as having teenage puppy fat, even though it's true. Sorry, Josh. But
yeah, listening to this in 10 years on the replays as he's like, my daddy was famous. Probably doesn't say it in that accent, though.
No, if you're listening to this going, yeah, this is the early years before the big contract and the allegations and the restraining order.
By William Shatner.
We
just want you to be on the show. No pants required.
Will be the reason for a new entry in Urban Dictionary under getting a Shatner.
Hey, Shatner my pants. Happy birthday, everyone. Here's to you.
Happy birthday. Yeah. All the people we didn't mention, if you're having a birthday, good on you. Well done.
Yeah, we don't like you enough to say it out loud.
Nah. You're not special, but big up yourself anyway.
You guys just aren't toasting with me, are you? I'm going into a song.
I was going to say it's because I've run out of coffee and I'm waiting for you to play a song so I can get to the kitchen.
Tom Jones, the Witch Queen in New Orleans. We'll be back. Okay. Yeah, I didn't want to play like Werewolves in London and all that common stuff that we always hear. Try to get some few other things. Hold on. Nobody needed to hear that. So, how's everybody in Twitch doing? Still have pants? Yeah, Victoria's there. Bob's there. Bob, you still with us, buddy? Are you still coming to the booty call show? We haven't seen you much in the past couple weeks, so we weren't sure if we offended you and you left. Oh my God, if he doesn't answer, should we call like an ambulance for
him? What?
What? What?
I don't know.
Pud. So, is Matricula back? Matricula.
I don't know.
Oh, playing with Stream Elements. I was just going to ask Matricula about that. When, there's like gunshots coming from the back room. I think she's on Netflix. Wonder what she's watching.
God, I hope so.
I'm a little phlegmy. I'm a little Flemish. This is what it's like at home with Andrea and I. Andrea, it looks like the couch to your left, my right, and your screen is filthy and messy, and you should fold those blankets on that green couch.
What?
Look at the screen.
Right here? Oh, that one. That's not ours. Yeah. I can't do that. I'm like, wait, that's not a blanket. That's my candy bucket. And a bag of chips.
All that and a bag of chips? Wow.
Yeah. It's great.
Gray Reinhardt. Oh, speaking of which, I am looking forward. I swear I'm going to do a whole show where I just play music from Ceiling Demons, Matricula, Gray Reinhardt, and a few other indie bands. Just because I like them and they support us, so why wouldn't I? And we're coming back in 5, 4. Okay. That was Tom Jones with the Witch Queen in New Orleans. Good old Tommy Jones.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah. We have 90 followers now. You guys are awesome. Hey, did any of my other stuff pop up? The Stream Elements.
Yeah, it did.
Popped up. Stream Elements. No, it's... And where's the timestamp? I'm going to go put the timestamp back in. There we go.
Oh, and he trod on me probes.
What?
Nearly trod on my probes.
I'm looking at the different things. So we got timestamps. Yeah, I'm not seeing some of the stuff that I put in that should be popping out. So Von Egner asks, if we get to 100 followers, will Travis drop Trow again? Because he remembers that.
I remember that.
What, Kevin?
What?
Were you showing us your anal probe?
Yeah.
Is that a knitting needle or does it check for hemorrhoids? What is that?
Oh
it's
my
a
god.
snake probe.
No, it looks very big.
That's because I've zoomed it right into the camera so you can see it.
Do not put that in a snake.
Yeah, you do.
What are you putting in a snake right now?
Because the caudal depth on a snake tells you whether it's a male or female. So you insert the probe through the cloaca, which is basically the little flap that conceals the genitals, and then you point it towards the tail end, and depending on how many scales deep the tip slides in, tells you whether it's a male or a female.
What if it's an Asian snake? Can you still tell?
Yeah, with the probe you can, yeah.
But with a black snake, you don't need the probe.
No, with the Asian snakes, you need the probe because from the outside they all look the same.
Now, here we go. See, I almost played Season of the Witch, Ian. And Von Hegner, absolutely. If we get 100 people listening to the show one night, if I see that little red icon down underneath the screen, say 100, I will totally drop Trow on camera. Absolutely.
I'll get my tits out.
Yeah. So between him and I, we'll have something to show you.
And we're back to tonight's topic, horror icons.
So, Kevin, do you have a favorite?
I was always a fan of Dracula.
Really? Which version?
Yeah. Wow. I mean, to start with, as a kid, it would have been the old black and white movies, so almost like the early Bela Lugosi type stuff. But,
right.
As I got older, the first vampire movie that for me kind of struck close enough, because I read the book first. Or my first contact with vampires would have been, like I say, watching old black and white movies on a Sunday morning as a kid. But when I started reading, I read Bram Stoker's Dracula probably when I was about 12.
Never liked it.
I really enjoyed it, and so the first movie for me that kind of touched close enough to the story to be authentic and yet was a good watchable movie was Bram Stoker's Dracula with Gary Oldman.
Yes.
And I really enjoyed that. Enjoyed the way they portrayed him, because he's always kind of shown as this dark, sinister character, and I like the fact that they showed him with the pumped up wig and stuff, that, you know, like in his downtime he was essentially just this sort of vampiric aristocrat lording it around, you know.
Gene says vampires do not sparkle, which apparently they do in some versions.
No, they fucking don't. And by the way, the continuity editor for those movies needs shooting. Because there are ample scenes in those movies where those fuckers are not sparkling and in daylight. If you're going to have some fucking stupid trademark bullshit like that, get it right consistently, you wankers.
Ian says Poppy Z.
Sorry, I was just going to say, have you seen those videos on YouTube? Everything wrong with insert movie title?
Yes.
In 60 seconds video. Some of those are brilliant. The ones about Twilight, if you've never seen those, go and find those, because they are fucking brilliant. And the number of mistakes they pick up is astronomical.
See, I read the first Twilight book. You know, I just realized Jen left like that 24-pack of Youngling out here. I wonder if that's meant for me to sneak it out the front door when I leave. That'd be pretty cool. And by sneak, I mean she totally gave it to me, and I'll still leave quiet out of consideration. Yeah. Where were we?
Dracula. Sparkly. You read the first one.
Oh, I read the first one, and I watched the first movie, and I didn't bother to read or watch anymore. Now, I didn't do it because I absolutely hated it. I just didn't care either way, which might be worse than hating because I don't think to even talk about it, whereas haters will at least advertise it by talking about it. So perhaps I'm the worst of the bunch. And there's a mention of Poppy Z, Bright's Vampires were very awesome, and Dark Shadows. Didn't like the remake very much with Johnny Depp and Helena Bonham Carter.
I prefer it in black and white.
I liked Alice Cooper in it, though. But really, like Alice Cooper in everything, don't you? Except my cereal.
Pretty much. Well, whatever.
Because he doesn't trim or shave, and then there's pubes all in my cereal.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
For some of the more... Oh, go ahead.
No, go on. Some of the more what?
I was going to say some of the more modern, like, monsters. Hemlock Grove.
Yeah, we discussed that a couple weeks ago. And, hey, you know what? Nobody has cheered or thrown bits at us tonight.
Boo all of you watching on Twitch, you slackers.
Hey, Kevin, you said you figured out you could do it now. Can you try to do it? Because I'm curious if a moderator can do it.
What, throw bits at you?
Yeah.
I don't know if
I did last week, remember?
Yeah, Andrew did it last week, so we definitely can. What?
I'm just trying to get a penny.
Let's do it again.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to encourage everybody watching and listening to do it
for your
by you giving, leading by example.
Penny for your thoughts, people.
I see.
And by the way, Kevin, I enjoyed Anne Rice's also, the first trilogy. Then she started doing, here's the same story from a different character's point of view, which was okay till she got to the third or fourth iteration of the same goddamn story from the fifth person. And thank you so much, Towie.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Towie.
I kind of see where you're coming from with that. I disagree a little bit. I think each of those, for me, had enough about that particular vampire or that generation, or it revealed enough new side bits that were going on at the same time that tied those stories together to keep it interesting enough. For me, actually, it was the later ones right at the end of the series where she started talking about things like Lestat meeting God and the devil, and discussing the morality behind good and evil involved in being a vampire, whether they're intrinsically, whether being a vampire means you are evil, or whether your character as a person,
like
and
she should have
therefore
just done fan fiction and put it under a different name. You see, I felt like when I first read Armand, I'm like, okay, that's cool. And I read Marius, I'm like, okay, I like that. But by the time we get to like Pandora and stuff, I'm like, okay, this is like the fourth time I've heard the same story from a different point of view.
Yeah, I get where you're coming from. Yeah, and I suppose in a sense there, what she's trying to do is she's trying to build that whole. It's the world building thing, isn't it? Where everything's linked together, and readers like to know that this took place in alignment with that, and that there's some kind of sort of link between all of these books. So.
Yeah, I just felt like she was just putting something out there to make more money at that point in time, no longer giving you a new story or something creative. You had to go read the Talamanca ones with the witches and stuff, which that got a bit soap opera and heavy.
It did. I mean, there were a few good ones in there. I enjoyed the ones about the Talos creatures. They were quite good. But yeah, that was a lot more sort of, I don't know, you're right. It kind of had the feel of like an Anne Rice Hollywood version almost, that there was a lot of soap opera style drama and sort of family intrigue involved in it, which I suppose maybe it was just the change from character heavy writing to this whole kind of
See, Ian says that the Mayfair witches were pretty good.
Mayfair was trying to think of the name.
That's what we're talking about, yeah. And by the way, Von Hegner says, distantly related to the three most famous vampires in the old Austria, very hungry for Krispy Kreme donuts empire, Vlad II, Elizabeth Bathory, and Eleanor von Schwarzenegger from the Vampire Princess.
Schwarzenberg, I think you'll find that was. Yeah, whatever.
Good night, Jean. It's much funnier to imagine, what's her name, Schwarzenegger's wife as a vampire.
Can I just say, by the way, you get this one for free from now on. They cost you shots. Good night, Jean. Steamy dreams.
There you go. And by the way, Victoria says she's on, but Twitch is not loading on the laptop. Missed the first part of your book writing. Are you doing NaNoWriMo? No, I'm not. I am, so I can get the writing on the 4th steampunk novel. As for promos, I'm going to have some live Facebook, YouTube reads for my current vamp book for Halloween in November 1st to promo a freebie copy. I'll let you know how it goes. I believe you created an event for that. Feel free to share it in the Facebook event page there, since you can't get over on Twitch. Oh, wait a minute. Let's see. We got somebody new here. M1 Astro, thanks for joining us. And they ask, have they talked or seen the Last of Us 2 trailer? That would be a video game, because I think I have part 1 at home. No, didn't know they were coming out with it. Have not seen it. What's your thoughts on that? And that's going into zombies, which of course is another monster icon thing.
I've not seen it, but I think I read something about that, because I understand there was a bit of a controversy over it, because didn't the advert cause one of those arguments about violence in video games, because it's quite a graphic, violent advert? I'm going to have to go and look that up somewhere. I'm sure I read that. I'm sure that was Last of Us 2.
Most of these video games are violent now. It's
yeah,
go ahead.
No, I was just going to say it's the same tired old argument over and over again, isn't it? It's complete bollocks.
Well, to put it in the trailer, I get it. And Astro, if that's what you're saying, that it was the trailer was very graphically violent. Okay, I get that. Maybe it's not appropriate for the trailer any more than it is for a movie trailer. But for a item that somebody has to go out and purchase, it's not being streamed free in every household like Jim Carrey's The Riddler thing. We just watched that the other night. Couldn't make it through Mr. Freeze with Schwarzenegger, though. I dozed off. See, if he had Maria Schreiber there as a vampire Countess Schwarzenegger, yeah, that would have been more interesting.
Countess Schwarzenegger.
Oh, okay, so horrific in the good way.
Cool. They're the good kind of horrific. Like, oh man, that was horrific.
Oh, nice. Train to Busan on Netflix is a great zombie movie. I'll have to check that out. Oh, I thought I saw Jen coming out. She might be coming to take that case of beer.
Is it just me, or are there other people listening tonight who are the kind of people who are deeply satisfied by like a really good headshot or something in a movie?
Are we talking
those kind of moments where pussies go, oh, and look away from the screen? Are you the kind of person like me who's like, oh, that was amazing, I want to rewind that and watch it again? His head just exploded like a fucking melon.
It depends on how it's done. For example, torture horror is not my thing, but a good exploding head is a different world.
You mean like Hostel kind of thing, and Saw, those kinds of movies?
Absolutely. It's
is that because you empathize with it too much? Like you find yourself uncomfortable because you could picture it happening to you, and that kind of puts you off enjoying
doing it to somebody else, and I don't like that side of myself. I like to keep that private with enemies who don't know I don't like them. Yeah. I empathize. Let's just stick with that short version.
Yeah, cool.
Speaking of which, let's go into another song on the stations here. Here's the Cramps, I Was a Teenage Werewolf.
Nice.
Yeah, baby. And as for the rest of us, we're still over here on Twitch.
Twitching away.
So I don't mind. I tell you what, Netflix has some great original horrors. There was one called Little Evil, and it's a comedy horror. There's another one called The Babysitter that's a comedy horror. And I've been and they got like 1 star. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. These were very fun, entertaining films. Who the hell's rating them so crappy? Ian likes it. You're a fan of splatterpunk. I do enjoy like Rob Zombie films. If that's helpful in gauging where I stand on this.
I like those two. Kind of cheesy, kind of horrible, but awesome.
Hey!
I'm not a massive fan of the horror genre at all.
Hold on one second. Ed, should I invite you in, buddy?
Oh, hey, dude. How's it going, man? If you can't join us, don't worry. We get it. It's good to just have you hanging around in the background.
Yeah, and hope everything's okay. So, sure, invite him in. Okay, hold on a second. Let me come down here. Let's see. Add people to this call.
Drum roll, please.
Ed.
Oh, I think I just turned you guys down. Not in a sexual.
On.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Now let's see if his equipment works tonight.
What up, people?
Hey, what up, Ed?
There he is.
How's it going, man?
It's going all right.
Let's do this.
All right, cool.
Just put me over here, out of everybody's way. So, Ed, everything okay, man?
Yeah, we'll talk about it after show.
Yeah, it's fine.
Cool.
That's we could definitely put that to the side. So, tell us all about it right now. Hold on, we got 1 minute left in this song.
Tell us about it now. He's taking his cape off.
He is. The mention of Toxic Avenger as well as Stan versus Evil. I tell you what, another thing, Idle Hands was a good
what a horror
comedy.
That was. I love that.
And
see, I've never been a massive fan of the horror movie genre because they don't scare me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've never been one to. I just don't react to that whole kind of, like you were saying earlier, the scare tactic kind of stuff. And so without a really in-depth, interesting plot, they just don't hold my attention enough for me to have ever become a massive fan of the genre. The difference, I was just going to say, is those kind of cult, slightly sort of avant-garde, it's splatter-punky kind of, the ones that are not average mainstream horror.
Hold that thought, Kevin. Okay, guys, and we're back. That's I Was a Teenage Werewolf by the Cramps, and we are in the middle of discussing some of our more favorite horror in a broad spectrum term as opposed to just monsters and icons. Kevin, you were saying?
Oh, yeah, I was just saying, it's not that I don't enjoy horror movies. I've watched some great horror movies, but they've got to engage me plot-wise because I just don't get interested or excited by the whole kind of tension, the dramatic music and stuff. I'm just like, I'm bored. Show me the next bit.
The one that messed me up when I was young, and then I want to tell you two that I enjoyed now that some people just hate. The one that when I was young, I saw Exorcist on television, like ABC. So I didn't even see the horrible version, but I was like 11 or 12. That scared the shit out of me. Slasher flicks have never bothered me. But the two that I've enjoyed recently, being the past 20 years, because, we're that old now, I actually very much enjoyed Blair Witch Project and the first Paranormal Activity. Because shaky cam doesn't bother me the way it bothers other people, and I liked that bigger, darker mystery that they're uncovering, and especially Blair Witch, it's not a happy ending. Oh, the best one ever, Cabin in the Woods.
I was going to say that. That was great.
You guys seen it? Ed?
I have.
Okay, it's Chris Hemsworth. Just go pull it up on Netflix, man. Watch it. It's, again, one of the comedy horror type things, not really comedy. And by the way, Ian mentions Asian horror. Absolutely. On the creepy scale, Asian horror. Yeah. If you want to watch The Ring, go watch the American version, then go watch the Asian version. Totally different world. My Ring is scarier.
Yeah. So what else? What other good horror movies or
We haven't had Ed talk
icons?
much this show. Let's let him throw a few
Just
points.
because he hasn't been here.
Shut up. Whatever.
He just stepped in like a phantom from the wings.
Don't be a racist. What, Ed?
Yeah. The more horror genre, I'm into more like the monster movies really than the horror movies. Except for you mentioned when you was a kid, what scared the fuck out of you. I can never think of the name of this movie, and forgive me if it's already been spoken about. There was one. It was kind of like Chucky, but it was this little tiki doll thing with
That
long
was
hair.
an episode of Outer Limits.
Oh, that scared the hell out
Yeah,
of me when I was a kid, though.
because Outer Limits was an hour long instead of a half hour. Yeah, I remember that little tiki. It was black and white, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the tiki doll is going around the damn house hunting the little kid.
Yep.
And yeah, I remember that. That was an Outer Limits episode. If I
I was
remember.
in my fucking 20s before I stopped looking underneath my bed for that damn thing.
I remember, because like I said, slasher flicks don't scare me. People are people, and a slasher is a slasher. Either they're gonna get you or they're not. The thing that scared me is the things you can't touch or that come out of nowhere. So, possession, ghosts, the things that go bump in the night. And Poltergeist, yeah. And it was only about 10 years ago, I was alone in my house. My son, for the first time ever, was having nightmares. He was only like 3 or 4. He was starting to have nightmares, and I would feel creeped out in his room. So I went in there with the lights out, in my boxer briefs, sat in the middle of the floor, and said, okay, whatever you are, come at me. Now, I've been hunting ghosts since my teens, though I've never seen definitive proof. And I sat there for 20, 30 minutes, inviting whatever it was to just, come on, show yourself, tap me on the shoulder, do whatever you want to do. Nothing happened. I have to make an effort to be afraid of the dark now. I can't just be like, oh, I'm creeped out. I have to go, let me just imagine things in the corner moving that I can't see. And then I'm like, oh, yeah, there that feeling is. Okay. My point is, not much scares me anymore. I got over it.
Oh, hey, Bob.
Yeah. Bob's around.
What up, Bob?
We tried talking to him. He ignored us.
Do you think the reason a lot of people have gone off, maybe there's horror fans out there who are going to shout at me for saying this now, but I kind of get the feel that the horror movie was more popular as a genre in the 70s and 80s than it is in the 90s and through to today.
I think they're making the transition.
Peak era. But do you think we've become desensitized? Do you think that's part of what it is? That now we see so much graphic stuff in terms of violence and horror, I mean, on the news, let alone because of our access to the internet. Do you think this is why now we see a trend more towards sort of like psychological horror movies rather than scary monster movies?
Yeah, because the monster's inside.
Mm-hmm. Monsters are already on our TV screens every time they broadcast politics.
Or you see your reflection when you walk by. Ed, did you see Bob post? Because I don't see him posting.
Actually, he was there and he's gone already.
Wow. Yeah. In and out.
I spoke
just like
to him
that
earlier and I asked if he was going to join us for the Booty Call show and haven't heard back. So I think he missed you, man.
And then he ran away.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good moment, actually. Ian mentions that the bitting with Carrie's hand. There are classic moments like that, those kind of sort of stereotypical British shock moments that catch almost everyone unawares the first time, that kind of moment when they're done right.
Yeah, well, it's that thing. I don't want to just watch a movie that's 90 minutes of anxiety of when's the next thing going to jump out. I want more than just... And that's American horror that does that. We started it with the slasher flicks of the 70s and 80s, and we've continued that. Whereas now we also have the psychological horror, such as Silence of the Lambs or Saw, even, which is a little bit of torture horror there, too.
I don't like those.
I'm not a fan myself.
Me neither.
But Asian horror, that shit could be rated PG-13, and as an adult, you're turning on the light before you go in the room when you're done. They don't need gore, and you will see the thing in the house, but the person on the screen won't, and you're just like, my ass is clenched so tight right now. And I can see exactly where the bad thing is. I have a few Asian horror at home in my collection, and
The Ring is weird. Yeah. And The Grudge.
There's one I have, Asian. Andrea, that I should show you. It's about a house, and there's like a spirit in the house, and I want to say 2 dead twins or 2 Asian sisters live in the house. I forget the name. Ian, do you remember that one? Let us know if you know the title of what I'm rambling on about. But yeah, PG-13, but really creepy. Well done.
Okay.
So hold on, I'm checking Facebook. We didn't have Ed, so we got to check our own Facebook tonight. Sure. Nice. And then Victoria, yep. Victoria, if you want to post that over in the Twitch channel also, you're welcome to.
Oh, by the way, Victoria, assuming you can hear us fine, she was saying earlier about this, she was having problems chatting on Twitch. Victoria, on Twitch, go up to where your profile name is to the top right, click the drop-down box and uncheck the beta box and see if that makes any improvements to your chat box. So someone else was saying apparently beta version users have been having a few issues with chat boxes, so that might sort that out for you. Sorry, sort of interrupt there.
It's okay. I'm responding to Ian, but basically, Ian, I don't remember a lot about it. I got to go rewatch it, but there's 2 young Asian girls, like twins. And I want to say a single father. They move into a house in the country, and there is some kind of spirit in the house. And there are scenes like with the long black hair and the like nightgown, and she's crawling out from underneath the sink. And you're not sure if she's like a homeless girl who's living in the house or a demonic spirit. Yeah, I'll have to go flip through my collection and see if I can't find that. Oh, wait, we got to go into a song here in a minute, so we'll be heading third hour. Ed, the playlist tonight was, what do we have? Monster Mash, Blue Oyster Cult Godzilla, The Cramps, I Was a Teenage Werewolf, Tom Jones, Witch Queen in New Orleans.
Cool.
Yeah, I aimed for something besides, just the things that we always hear, like Werewolf in London and stuff like that. And in the third hour, I actually have 3 different steampunk bands doing different themed music, including Gray Reinhardt. He has a song this week. Okay, thanks, Ian. Ian's going to check and see if he can find it. I should recognize the name if you post it. It might be like The Well or something like that, because I want to say it was something in the yard like that. I don't
know. That's what The Ring is. It has a well in the yard.
Maybe I'm confusing that. But even the American version of those were pretty good, but the Asian versions exceed it. And then, of course, Americans are like, hey, that one made money. Let's take the same movie, put 5 different people in the same situation with the same ending, and
do it
call
again.
It part 2. No, don't do that.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Okay, yeah,
Final Destination.
That's like Children of the Corn.
Yeah. Well, Final Destination is a great example because it's a great concept until you're up to part 4.
You know what's going to happen. You're all going to die horribly somehow.
Yeah, and let's just go back to the 80s and watch Faces of Death, please.
Oh, God. Have you seen Cabin of Death? Oh, not Cabin of Death. Cabin Fever? Cabin of Death. Cabin Fever? Everybody died.
Cabin of Death sounds like a Steven Seagal movie.
No. Cabin Fever.
Hold on a second. Let me throw us into the third hour. We can keep talking while the music plays. Here's the Big Fibbers with the Howlin' Werewolf Blues. What was the one...
Speaking of blues, you could have had anything you wanted tonight by Howlin' Wolf.
I'm looking up one.
Oh, my goodness.
There was a horror parody in the 80s where, it shows them, like, chasing somebody, and there's the table full of, like, knives, ropes, and they grab the banana. This isn't a scary movie either.
Wasn't it?
I was going to say, scary movie.
No, this one was from the 80s.
Okay.
Let's see. I'm looking up some links now. Hold on. Let me make sure.
There's a movie that has something like that, but it's a Jackie Chan movie.
Nice.
Showing anything to be a weapon.
Oh, here's a great list. Now, they're calling it a horror parody, but I don't think it is. It's Young Frankenstein, Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Oh, God, that was great.
2 Leslie Nielsen movies. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Club Dread.
Do you know,
I think that was...
Just to interrupt, weird fact about Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
Student Bodies. That was it.
There is a very famous actor who, as a very, very young man, literally just getting into his acting career, had his very first ever screen time in a movie in Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, and that man is George Clooney.
Oh.
He is, he's only doing it for a bit. He gets killed quite early on, I believe. I've not seen it, but I've seen stills of him in it. But yeah, apparently George Clooney is in Attack of the Killer Tomatoes as one of the bit part teenagers who gets killed.
Nice.
It's his first ever official movie role.
I need to get a copy of it. Student Bodies was the one I was talking about. So yeah, a murderer known as the Breather kills off high schoolers, and it was made in '81 with nobody you've ever heard of.
Interesting.
But yeah, he kills them in just ridiculous ways. Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
Oh, that was great. That was funny.
A Monster Squad, I remember that. Gremlins 2. Saturday the 14th is on the list. Cannibal the Musical.
Oh. That's what Matt and Trey from
South Park.
Yeah, that was their college project.
Number 28, Zombievers.
That was on Sci-Fi Channel over here in the UK about 3 nights ago, because I remember flicking past it and chuckling.
Yeah, it's a summer camp.
What was the other night? They had zombie strippers on there as well.
Yeah, they did.
Oh, that's horrible. That's a horrible movie.
Someone out there help me as well, because it's been stuck in the back of my mind and it's bugging me. What's the name of the movie with the zombies and stuff in, where the girl's got an assault rifle or a shotgun or something instead of a leg?
That is Planet Terror.
Yeah. Thank you. Jesus, I've been trying to remember that for about half an hour.
Yeah, that was not Quentin Tarantino, but his other buddy that always makes film, and they did a double feature put out together. Hold on, we're coming back here. Okay, and that was the Big Fibbers with the Howlin' Werewolf Blues, and back to the show. Yeah, that was...
You sound almost there. This will probably mean nothing to about 99.7% of the people listening tonight, but on the Harry Enfield show, a comedy program here in the UK, he used to have a couple of aging, retiring disc jockeys called Smashy and Nicey.
Oh, don't stand on that. I didn't do that.
Cat camp.
So, unexpected bit of pussy.
Mm-hmm.
See, Ed turns up and...
Here comes the pussy.
Following him in.
Get Zazzle, that's a white pussy.
Yeah, you sounded a bit like Smashy and Nicey then anyway, the old... Hey there, pop pickers, and you've been listening to Pick of the Pops. Thanks for tuning in. Coming up in the next hour, we'll be telling you how we're going to be making a lot of money for charity.
See, that voice is actually based off Guy Smiley from Sesame Street, who, of course, was their parody version of a game show host. By the way, Ian says there was a site based on Hellgirl where you could show up on the site and at exactly midnight and put your enemy's name in, and it supposedly sent Hellgirl for them. And then Von Hagner mentions Wayne and Waynetta. Now, I remember Wayne and Wanda.
Slob.
Oh, okay.
No, I think he's on about Wayne and Waynetta Slob from the same program.
Gotcha, okay.
Yes, obviously a man of excellent tastes, Mr. Von Hagner, yes.
Why?
I love a bit of Harry Enfield.
Unless you're a cannibal.
I am smoking a fag.
Bob will be here any second asking.
What kind of gun did I use? Yeah.
Let's see. Now, Ed, we have some other things that we've. Oh, you know what? I wonder if she was having the same beta problem. Countess,
Why?
if you're on the beta version, go up to the upper right of Twitch.
Yeah, she's done it. She's done it.
Talking,
she's in
so I
chat
guess
now.
she got through it.
Yeah.
I have added things to the Twitch thing where people can now buy sound effects and play them back. But apparently there's something I have to add that will allow the sound to play back. But Kevin has bought 4 cocks tonight.
Okay.
Yeah. But I can't use any of them, Ed.
Jump on up there and probe, bad boy.
Yeah, I'm trying to, man, but I'm chat box impotent at the moment. Travis is cock blocking me.
Did you say probe? Because there was a lot of probes on Kevin's side of the screen tonight.
I've got my probes handy. Still got the probes handy.
That's better than having your hand probey.
This is true. I didn't know we had a probey.
I see giraffe.
I have my probes handy, though.
Oh my god, you got a whole kit of them.
And a garage.
Terrible.
But they come in different sizes. It's no good using a probe big enough to probe a Burmese python on a tiny corn snake.
Good night, Toey. Any luck figuring out how to make my sound effects work before you leave? I guess not. Otherwise, you probably would have told us.
Yeah, probably would have said something. Yeah, like no pressure, while we just relax, chat and shit around here. If you could just sort out all of the technical aspects of our show for us. You just came along to listen, but that's fine, Travis.
Let's do this. Everybody who is listening and watching on Twitch, make sure you check out her channel also and follow Talking Toey. You successfully redeemed. You bought another cock?
He's collecting them all.
Poker cock. Gotta catch them all.
I understood what you meant, Toey. Go on to bed. Have a great night, and we will catch you again next time on your show or ours. So one day we'll all get together.
Swinging by and supporting us.
Mm-hmm. You are the jockstrap that we need and like.
Well, thank you for showing me your pussy there, Andrea.
You're welcome.
I'm just glad that she supports us, dicks, and a couple of nuts.
I've had to shut my pussy out of the room tonight.
Why?
Oh.
Show us your Freddy.
She was moaning at me for staying up late. Oh, you mean the cat? Yeah, there's a tendency to stamp on the keyboard or try and hog the camera. He's not very sensitive to that. The trouble is that I've got a headset with a boom mic rather than a concealed mic, and he does have a tendency to spot that and go, "Oh, that looks like something that would be good for me to rub my face against."
Yeah.
He came and sat on my shoulder the other night like a parrot. And it's very bad of me, but I was involved in gaming and I was trying to read some fine print at the bottom of my inventory screen. So I'd leant in like this towards the screen. And as I was hunched over, he jumped up on my back and literally sat down on my shoulder like a fucking parrot, looking over my shoulder, watching the screen, purring away like a dickhead.
Nice.
That's great.
That's why we love the little damn bastards.
Yeah.
Ed, as I was saying,
M doesn't love him very much. He destroyed a pigeon in our hallway about a week ago.
Our youngest has hit that 2 a.m. play with anything. So we are finding like coffee cup lids on the ground or pencils or chapsticks or whatever.
He's famous.
Look, Ed, he got in up, Andrea. Up a little more. There you go. He's the one in the business suit. Ed don't care. He don't like cats.
As you do.
Great.
But anyhow, Ed, we now have these extra features. You know what? Let me do this. How did I do it? What was it? Add points?
If you don't know how to do it by now, I can't help you.
I'll do this.
What Travis is trying to tell you is that we've got a shop. So like on last week's show, Mech had a shop where you could go and buy loads of different bits and pieces. Well, we've got one now. So, for example, you can go and you get shots for listening to the show. They come through automatically. So every 10 minutes, isn't it, Travis?
Mm-hmm. You get 2 shots.
Yeah, and then you can save those up. And then, for example, for 1 or 2 shots, you can buy and use a single-use sound effect that everyone else will be able to hear who's listening in the chat box.
Or
Or there's other stuff like you can now buy me. You can pay shots, and I will read out specific things like phrases or requests people will type in, and I will read them out seductively on the air, or depending on what you want, possibly send to you private.
Well, you got to read it on air. We'll record it and then send it private because we all got to be in on that.
Yeah.
It's all part of the show.
Sounded everyone else cheering and applauding along in the background.
They can also, we mentioned the sound effects. We have one where they could buy a toast, and we'll do a toast. I would like, since we have Kevin reading stuff, if you guys think of something you guys can contribute that for a few shots, you will do it. Something that takes, 2 to 5 seconds, nothing terribly long. Like if you want to do a angry 10-second rant, Ed, we can charge like 10 shots for it, and you could rant about something for 10 seconds. Now, to be clear, if they're like, I want you to rant about makeup, and you're like, I got nothing to say about makeup, you could rant for 10 seconds about having nothing to say about makeup. The fuck?
Have a rant about not having a rant.
Yeah.
Right.
So basically what we're saying is that if you guys can think of anything else as well, we are prepared in any way whatsoever to pimp ourselves out for real money.
Yeah, and also when you go to the store, there is a place to tip us now that goes straight to PayPal.
Just the tip, you promise?
I want it all.
They always say.
I want it now.
Good song.
All right, you queen.
I'll be your queen, big boy.
Oh,
Oh my goodness.
It's a nice. Wait till he gives you his crown. Oh.
Sorry, I'm busy Googling funny horror memes.
Yeah, it's a shame we can't post that in the scrolling chat.
Yeah, it is, but then I'm doing it for the Facebook page as well, so they don't think we've left it behind tonight.
Well, like I said, most of the people on Facebook come over to Twitch anyway, so they could interact there, and it's more immediate.
And if not, you're missing out.
Yeah, especially as we're adding all these silly things that are fun and cool. So Ed, I also moved from Verizon to AT&T. So I should actually be able to make phone calls from my house now.
For the first time ever, Ed, Travis Skyped me from his home on his phone the other night, and I could actually see and hear him.
Wow.
Yeah, which we've done it before.
This sounds pretty unamazing to other people listening to the show who are like, yeah, that's how Skype works, you dickhead. But
not in this house.
Anyone who's ever tried to connect with Travis at his house out in buttfuck Nowheresville or wherever it is. Why you got to live in the ass end of nowhere, Travis?
That was my one mistake. The price was right. I paid $45,000 for a 5-bedroom house on 2 acres.
Enough. Fuck me, $45,000. What's the exchange rate at the moment?
Add like 20 or 30%.
Don't mind the airfare over there. I went to sell my fucking house.
This was a repossession by the bank. I got it cheap. I had to put $20,000 or $30,000 into it, and I have redneck piece of shit neighbors.
Oh, kind of like the people in the picture that Kevin posted here.
Let me go look. It could be my house. Travis, hold on, let me look.
Travis, I could have the perfect solution. How much does your piece of shit redneck neighbor want for his piece of shit house?
Yeah, really. It's family property.
He doesn't even live there.
Buy the house next door to you, Travis. Then you'll only have one pig living next door.
That'd be awesome. I wouldn't mind if you did things on my lawn.
He'd video it, put it up on the channel.
No worries. I'd do it just to give you the footage.
Can you imagine having Kevin as a neighbor? We'd still only see him once a year, but it'd be fun.
Yeah.
Well, every Monday, so it's okay.
Well, we'd see him just not in person.
We'd be able to see Fred.
Or we could just synchronize online gaming. If anyone ever wants to find me in real life, that's why no one ever sees me.
What are you playing right now?
Right now, I've played a couple of different things, actually. I'm replaying... I've gone back to the original Skyrim. which I hadn't played for ages. And I was just scrolling through my list of games the other day. I use Steam for most of my PC gaming, for those of you who know what that is. And I was just scrolling through and I saw it and I was like, oh, I love that game. And I've got something like, I don't know, 1,000 hours invested in it already. But I reinstalled it and I'm playing it with 2 or 3 selective mods that I've added to it. Because those of you who know, I got a new gaming PC a little while back, treated myself to it. So I've added a few interesting, nothing that sort of cheats the game per se, in terms of like some of the mods you can get that give you like ridiculous carrying abilities and stuff. But I've got one on there that gives me a house that doesn't normally appear in the game, which is one I found that I quite like because it's neat and organized and I like the way it works. So I've got that as my kind of home residence. And then the rest of it's just graphical stuff. So it adds extra texture to things like grass and water and stuff like that. So visually it's lovely now because it's kind of like playing a new game all over.
Oh, another feature I added. If you scroll down below the video in Twitch, you'll now see a shopping list of my books. So people that want one of my books, they could just scroll down and click directly on it. It takes you straight to Amazon where you can purchase it.
You can go and click straight on Travis.
I think I'm going to put the toasters above it, though, because I like when the toasters show more than my books, because that's more community-oriented. And
well, get you.
Yeah, I got all kinds of fancy stuff, huh? Oh, let's do a song.
Where are you going?
Oh, bye, kitty.
Yeah.
What song do we have now? We've got the Monster Hunter Ballad by Gray Reinhardt. So, and it's the one week he doesn't join us.
That's so yeah. Gray, where were you, man? Played your tunes.
Here he comes.
No.
Yeah.
Ed, you've seen Blank Man, right?
Nope.
Really? Do you like do you like the Wayans brothers?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The original one.
This one is like they're the ghetto Batman and Robin. And you know,
really
I do know what you're talking about now. Okay.
And there's just a few lines from there I like to quote. And one is when the nerdy one gets a kiss, he pretty much jizzes his pants and has a very awkward, obvious orgasm while standing up.
And what does that sound like?
And then there's
if anything, just watch it for that line. It's funny.
And there's slap me around and call me Susan. You know, he busts into a back alley where a woman is being mugged, and he's like, "Why don't you pick on somebody else?" And they're like, "We'll pick on you." He's like, "Well, slap me around and call me Susan." And they said, "Okay." And they smack the crap out of him and go, "How's that, Susan?" It's moronic, but
it's horrible.
There's one time they're like
it's
searching
quotable.
Mama. No, Mama is. I have seen that one. That is really good too, Ian. Ian says the movie Mama, which I have on the shelf, Andrea. If you haven't seen it, it's worth watching. That's definitely a good one too.
Is that a horror movie?
It's one of those PG-13 type horror movies that you're not going to see blood, you're not going to see guts, but you're going to see some creepy ass shit.
Boo. Lost me already. No blood, no guts. Bored. Next.
No shit. I'm not
But there's another scene where they're searching for a bomb in the building, and they rush into the bathroom, and one of them runs into the stall, and he's like, "Oh no!" And the other one's like, "Did you find the bomb?" "Yeah, but not the kind we were looking for." So, you know, it's that kind of humor.
Right. You kind of scary movie type level.
Yeah, well, not quite, but originally they wanted to call it.
Right.
They wanted to call it Black Man, but that wouldn't get past the censors,
so
they had to change it to Blank Man. Here, you know what? Let me do a quick Google. I should have Kevin do it.
Speaking of like horror icons and monsters, Blackula.
You couldn't have You couldn't have a black vampire because they wouldn't suck.
Oh, it's called A Tale of Two Sisters, and it's a South Korean psychological horror. So yeah, A Tale of Two Sisters, really good flick.
So what is that the one you've been on about?
Yeah, that Ian couldn't find.
So what you're telling us, you left poor Ian searching all this time trying to solve the question for you when you could have just Googled it yourself in 5 seconds.
Well, what I typed in is Asian horror twin sisters country house, and it's the first entry. So it's exactly what I've been saying the whole time. This is what it is. Yeah, Tale of Two Sisters.
You got to be real. You got to be real careful using the words Asian and twin sisters in any Google search.
Oh, let me take out country house and put the word porn.
You won't find anything.
Whatever. Rule 34.
Movie 43.
Now there's a great film.
Oh, you know what? We need to check Netflix and see if that's on Netflix and add that back to the list and watch it again. Every month.
It's so bad, but Hugh Jackman, Halle Berry. Oh, it's great.
Dennis Quaid.
It's the bit with the Hugh Jackman bit gets me every time. I fucking love that bit.
And that's the opening scene. That's the opening bit.
And I like that he did that. He's pretty cool.
I like the basketball team where it's the black basketball team and they're like, you're going to go out and win because we try hard and we work. No, because you're black and they're white. You mean because we prayed to God? And no, because you're black.
It's horribly offensive, but it's funny as hell.
It's like our show. Well, okay, maybe except not the funny part.
One of the Facebook groups I'm in had a communal posting the other day that said, post an opinion you've got that's really unpopular, and I just put white men can't jump.
Talk of the Tavern.
Now, how come you didn't share that over to VIP so we can get some movement on there and bring people from VIP to the show?
This is true. We should do that. Okay, I'm going to bear that in mind for future weeks. We need to engage VIP and.
Oh, yeah. Victoria, I feel for you, sweetie. She just ate a pile of candy wrappers, apparently. At least there's
just the wrapper.
Yeah, there's no chocolate in them, so I assume it's just a wrapper she was eating.
She just ate the chocolates earlier, and she's now so hungry she's gone back and eaten the wrappers. What she needs is Andrea's giant bowl of candy.
She had Kit Kats.
Andrea's got an enormous bowl.
Gosh, I'd offer her some more chocolate, but I'm afraid she'll just leave me with my wrappers, so...
That's dirty. I have candy. I'll share.
Want some candy?
She wanted that more for the bucket than the candy, I think, but the candy's got in a fair share of her time.
Well, I'm picking them out. I only eat one kind at a time.
I have hit 5,000 lifetime views on YouTube. Once we hit 10,000, well, thank you. Once we hit 10,000, we can monetize it again. It was before, but they took it away, if you remember, because they went, "Oopsie, we meant to never let you do this, but we let you do it for a while. Now we're going to take it away. You can have it back when you get to this point." There was one, Ian says there was one with a coffin with a music box at the head that allowed astral projection, so as long as the music box was working.
Did you say asshole projection?
That's what I did. Yeah, it's suddenly become American.
That's a different kind of movie.
That's how I join the show every week.
Oh. Hey Ed, were you here last week when I showed my challenge coin?
I didn't see your coin.
Yeah, it's my challenge coin for one of the groups that I'm in, and for everybody actually, because I have the 2 cameras up. And Ed, I showed this earlier. I finally got my fat boy ring in.
Yeah, you just keep showing your ring on camera all the time, eh?
It helps with the asshole projection.
Yeah, it does.
And in this pocket, I have a bunch of mints that Andrea gave me.
Have you tried them?
No, not yet.
Oh, Haribo makes these chewy mints. It tastes like an Altoid, but it's chewy.
Good night, Von Hagman.
Good night, mate.
Uh-huh. Night.
Kills me when they leave with 30 minutes left. I'm like, come on, you can do
it. Asshole projection made them leave.
We don't get to leave before the end. Why should you?
I don't know who we're going to raid, if anybody, tonight.
Oh.
Get your raid on.
If somebody listening knows a good channel, let us know, and we'll go raid them.
Is Matricula on tonight?
She is. She's in and out. She said she's listening, just not typing. I think she's gaming while listening.
Well, I meant, is she on her channel? Because can't we send them to her?
We could, but I don't think she's
doing anything.
Yeah, I think she's actually listening to us. If you pull up, oh, you can't, but if you pull up the chat box, Matricula is here.
Stop.
Maybe eventually, because they're doing a lot of construction, and there's another road, so maybe we'll get civilization and actual internet.
No, shush.
Can you imagine me being able to broadcast out of my own house?
No, you'd miss that like 3-hour round drive that you take every night, each week, just to do the show. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, can you imagine me be able to get like actually liquored up on the show?
Yeah, you'd have to get Jen from Retro Daddy-O to kind of hang over at your house then.
Be in the background, banging on the walls.
Yeah, I was just going to say she should bring the sign that's on the wall behind you, and she should just stand there behind you and hold it.
Every once in a while, peek around it and make a face.
Yeah, pull faces at you from behind.
That'd be fun.
I'm missing over the shoulder mini Travis from last week.
Yeah. Andrea probably will not be broadcasting from here anymore now that we have reasonable internet. Not good, but reasonable.
On occasion. It's been a very trying day, and I couldn't make that drive.
Yeah, and Tuesdays is a very hard work day for her. That's the big day of the week in her business. So.
I'm off tomorrow. I'm going to lounge around in my pants playing computer games.
I might actually, Skype you at some point in time.
Okay.
Yeah, you will.
Give me a 5-minute heads up. I'll put on some fresh pants.
Well, I really never see below your waist. It's okay, man.
Fair
I
enough.
want to start gaming again.
It's just as well. I'm currently naked from the waist down anyway.
Nice.
Well, you did say it was cold there.
That's why you can only see one hand.
Yeah, it would be nice to be able to game. I was never one to get like addicted to it, but I did enjoy a little, Star Wars Old Republic or Warcraft.
Well, not really, online gaming, but I need to get a new version of American McGee's Alice.
Ah.
Yes.
And put it on my...
I know that game. I've not played it myself, but my best friend has a copy of that game, and he absolutely loves it. I've watched him play it, so I'm familiar with what you mean. It's like a dark take on Alice in Wonderland, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, I like it. I have the first and the second one, but not on this computer. I need to get a new disc because it's old. I like it.
And Ian says it was the Ghost Maker that was what he was talking about earlier, that we had no clue. The hell did he talk about? Oh, the one with the coffin, music box, astral projection.
Oh, yeah. Astral projection, that's right.
Yeah, the Ghost Maker. Oh.
So what is everybody doing for Halloween? Anything?
Sleeping.
Well.
Kevin's sitting on a couch in his underwear, touching himself and playing video games.
Yeah.
Is it Halloween there yet, or was that last week?
No, it is Halloween. It's officially because of the time difference, because our clocks have changed. It's now 2:29 in the morning.
I probably asked this last year. Do they do Halloween in England?
We do. The trick-or-treating thing, it varies a lot from area to area. Some places don't do it. Some places it's traditional. Some places kind of frown on it as being a bit too American. But we do the whole pumpkins on the porch and parties and kids dressing up in fancy dress and all the nightclubs that we put of people dressed as slutty, open bracket, insert random costume, closed bracket.
I like to dress as a slutty nerd because it just makes me feel good.
Yeah, it does.
Nice.
So do you guys give out candy there?
I've seen 4 different people today all wearing costumes where they just taped cereal boxes to themselves and were going as serial killers.
Cool.
Oh my
Love
God.
it.
Oh my God. Our tattoo guy, Eddie,
Yes.
he had the greatest costume. He had a Buzz Lightyear, but it was Bud Lightyear.
He made wings out of a Bud Light box. Go ahead. Go on.
Yeah, wings made out of Bud Light boxes and Bud Light cans stuck to it, and everything that said Buzz Lightyear, he put Bud Light over it with duct tape.
I did see somebody at the zombie fun run I went to this weekend. The wife was dressed. She had horns and a devil tail and a white shirt with a big yellow spot. She went as a deviled egg. And the husband had a bag of Lay's chips pinned to his shoulder. He went as Chip on the shoulder.
Oh, that's great.
And
when I go to work,
there were two guys earlier. One of them was dressed as a bag of blood, and the other one was dressed as like the metal stand on wheels that you see in the hospitals, and they were linked together by a plastic tube
attached to the penis.
I went to a nude Halloween party once with a potato tied around the front of my waist.
Really?
Yeah.
What was the costume?
I was a dictator.
Didn't.
You've told me that before, but I couldn't remember what the hell it was.
It's so funny.
I'm like, I know he'll tell us, and I can act like I knew, but I didn't. I forgot.
I'm going to be Wednesday Addams tomorrow because that's simple, and I have the dress.
Fair enough. Nice.
And when she comes home, I'm going to be dirty.
Yeah, you are.
I was going to say Gomez, but then that's creepy.
Uncle Fester.
Oh. He'll just have a light bulb in his mouth.
I'll be Thing, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, you will.
We did bring a severed hand with us as Thing to the Halloween party where I dressed as Gomez, she dressed as Morticia. My son dressed as Pugsley, and her son, we thought about doing a gender bender Wednesday, but instead we went with Pubert all grown up.
Well, he used to have long hair, and it would have been fine, but he cut all his hair. So, Pubert it was. It was a little creepy.
You would have made a good Wednesday with that antisocial attitude this weekend. The other teenagers would have made fun of him for the dress, though. I'm just picturing Frank in a Wednesday Addams dress.
Well, I wanted him to be Violet from Incredibles. He could have done it. Ed wasn't here when you talked about Movember.
So, Ed.
Yo.
As I mentioned earlier, and as we discussed earlier this week, we're going to observe Movember in the sense of, instead of, doing a fundraiser, we're just going to tell people if you want to give money, go to their website. You can find it.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll just grow out our facial hair and mention it each week. And as, you and Kevin no doubt will outgrow me because, like this, I haven't shaved in 3 or 4 weeks. See that fine
3 or 4 years.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do, instead of shaving and starting fresh, because I, have the mustache of a 13-year-old by the end of November.
You'd have to go till next November.
Instead, what I'll do is I just won't trim my mustache, so by the end of November, it'll be, extra big. And
it'll do this. It'll go from here to here to here.
And you guys can shave down to nothing and then let it grow in. And Ed, I did mention your complaint about, it might annoy the piss out of me, and I'll shave it off in the middle of the month. Okay.
Yeah. What's Andrea gonna grow
out? No.
Leg, crotch, pit.
Well, I have
chest.
no problem. I have no problem with people with armpit hair. It makes me stink when I sweat. I can't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
Style it into a little armpit moustache and then stick the eyes in there.
Oh, God, no.
Hey, guess what?
Oh, so Ed, you know who, oh goodness, who are they? I never remember their name off the top of my head. Sideshow Toys.
Yes.
Sideshow Collectibles.
Collectibles, thank you. I messaged them and a few others, for example, UT Kilts, and said, look, I have your merchandise. I love your company. I'm going to do a review. Sideshow did get back to me going, well, you really don't have the numbers. We want to send you free stuff. I'm like, and I'm going to reply to him going, no, that's cool. I'm going to do it anyway. I just want to let you guys know so you guys can, see the video, share the video if you want. Absolutely not looking for free stuff. On the other hand, Bryce from UT Kilts went, well, I want to send you something. And I'm like, I am not going to say no if you want to send me something. I love your products, and the more I have, the more reviews I can do for you. So absolutely, feel free to send me something. So
damn right.
I should be getting something from him eventually.
That's cool.
Yeah, absolutely. And what I'll do for him is I'll do one for the standard kilt, one for the deluxe kilt, and one for whatever else he sends me.
Travis, you need to do a review of airplane tickets from the UK to the US.
Actually, Wow Airline.
That's a great idea to do a review for Wow Airlines. And then send them the link, and hell, that'd be awesome if they went, great, let us give you another couple tickets. Woo!
So who would be traveling, us or them?
I want to say us.
One of each. We're doing an exchange program.
Man, Andrea's going to have to win the wrestling match to get the ticket to go overseas. and I can't just, in all fairness, just let her win. That would have to be live on Twitch, wouldn't
it? Yeah, you'd need a few shots for access to that.
That might be a subscriber-only event. Plenty
there we go.
What we could do is just get a bunch of tickets and all meet in Iceland.
Oh, that's even a better idea.
Yeah, that'd be cool. We should broadcast from an ice hotel.
Maybe.
Or an igloo somewhere.
I don't know if you said nice hotel or ice hotel.
Oh, definitely a nice hotel. A nice ice hotel.
A nice ice, baby.
Preferably one with a nice ice price.
Is it time for another song? Hold on.
Yeah.
Here's Unwoman.
Is it Poker Face?
No. Poker Face. Poker Face. Unwoman. Love song for a vampire. I love this woman. She's awesome. Plays the cello. Rocks it out. We'll be back. And that's for the radio station people. Of course, you guys on Twitch suffer. We don't go
Except, anywhere. Yeah. Well, I am going to go away. I'm going to go pee. I'll be back in a minute.
We'll miss you.
It's so Ed, we have all kinds of cool stuff. I will take a screenshot of the command you guys can do as a moderator. And I might even make you a super moderator. Victoria, we have discussed Talk of the Tavern convention, which once we get enough viewers, I will discuss it again. But what it will be is me contacting a hotel, renting one large room that we will broadcast out of, and do stuff in that one large room. And everybody else can get their own damn tickets. And if it's 3 of us in there, it's
whatever, it'll be fun.
I love this song of hers, and I like the original too. But we'll give everybody at least 3 months notice and set it up. But that's a ways down the road. We'll see. Maybe once we're making $5,000 an episode or whatever, that'll be easy to pull together.
Oh, you know what sponsor we need? Tatiana Cigars. I had the cognac one tonight.
Mm-hmm.
It was good.
Good.
It wasn't uber sweet, so I can have it with, coffee.
We can do YouTube videos for that, and then tag them.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe they'll send you more stuff.
Well, the thing is, I want some Groovy Blues, but they're always on back order.
What is that, Ed?
I wanted to bring this up during This Week in History Weird News, so I'll do it now.
Tell us.
Because I just love this woman's...
Wait till we come out of a song?
Oh, yeah. Screw the people that aren't on Twitch,
if you want to.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just love her courage. She had to go, and she's at a football game, so she went to the men's room, and it's a cool little video.
And totally pants around her knees. Wow.
Dropped them to her knees, hovered over the urinal, braced herself, held on to the beer, did what she needed to do. My kind of woman.
Courage to go in there because they pee on the floor.
My kind of woman.
Yeah, I will not go barefoot into any bathroom except my own.
Oh, hell no. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's...
No offense, Jen. But
Fred!
gamers, yeah.
Yeah, I've let the beast in.
Yeah, you did.
Oh.
Go watch the video that Ed just posted.
Whereabouts? Where did he post it?
Twitch.
Both.
Oh.
Okay, cool. Mine out, Fred.
Look, he loves you so much.
I know, he's a little tart. Yeah.
I still have pictures of Fred sitting on the roof of the shed in your backyard.
Or nose to nose with the badger.
Oh, yeah, with the badger.
You know, he probably just hears my voice in the headset. That's all this is.
He's got very good recently, because people who don't get that reference, I've got lots of badgers statues in my back garden, and Fred's got very good at blending himself in with them. So it takes a bit of effort now to spot him sometimes when he's outside, because you have to try and work out which of the badgers is actually a cat.
This weekend, living in the country, we see possums, raccoons, deer all the time on the roadside, sometimes dead, sometimes alive. There are prairie dogs, gophers. I don't know what exactly they are, but they're adorable, and they sit there and watch cars go by as they're nibbling on clover. Like it's a fucking movie. Like... So the other day I'm driving down the road, I'm like, oh, it's a fuzzy buddy, which is what I call him. And as I get closer, its head turns, swivels towards me. It's a fucking owl. And it takes off and flies right across the road. I have never seen an owl like just hanging out on the roadside. Like, hey, dude.
That's great.
And we're coming back on the stations here.
We have a lot of bald eagles out here.
We do.
Because apparently this is the area when they're rehabilitated, they're let go out here.
And they're native also.
Yeah, they're native, but you know there's a place where they rehabilitate them. I guess it's Williamsburg.
I know Busch Gardens does it, yeah. And there's a few other places. Yeah, and
the mountains are everywhere.
Oh, what do you think of Hellraiser as a horror movie?
I enjoyed him. I thought
not as horror. I don't think.
I'd like to see them redone. They were really slow and kind of boring. And I thought
the problem with them was always the pacing, the concept behind them, the storyline, and the idea behind it, especially with the link with like the puzzle boxes and stuff, was awesome. But you're right, they lacked a lot of pace, a lot of them.
Yeah, I totally agree, because the concept, except for the one in space, that was just like, okay, really, stop trying so hard.
I didn't see that one. Speaking of puzzle boxes,
that's like what was the one they did with Jason though? Jason X.
I never saw it. But yeah.
Oh God! With Jason basically being rebuilt by nanobots.
Nice.
So he makes it into space, gets pretty much killed, but falls onto the nano repair machine, and they rebuild him into this kind of Jason cyborg. Oh yeah, there's a thing as such as taking the genre too far.
Andrew, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, speaking of puzzle boxes, Hellraiser.
Well, that's what I was talking about.
I thought you said Hellraiser? I thought you said Hellboy.
No, Hellraiser.
Wrong hell. Never mind. Oh my God, I'm tired.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about with, the concept is great with the Cenobites and everything, but the pacing of the movie was just really draggy. And of course, that was the 80s, and they didn't quite have soundtracks down yet.
No, it's kind of like the porn.
Yeah, watch Tron.
It's just they did every single one of them with a synthesizer.
Yeah, the same synthesizer. A Korg 120, built in 1982. Yeah, it's. I watched the original Tron after Legacy came out, going, oh, I remember this as a kid. It was a great movie. Oh, no, it wasn't.
It was. It was when we were kids.
Yeah, the video game is why we love the movie so much. Yeah. The light cycles in the video game, the Technicolor cone with the spiders coming out of it, the throwing the discs at each other. The video game was awesome. The movie, It's a great napping movie. And that single synthesizer soundtrack, ooh, killing me.
That's the 80s.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
It's retro.
And I'm in Retro Daddy-O in Williamsburg, Virginia. So, Ed, did I show you my friend since you've been on?
Okay. You have a different friend than the one you showed me before.
You mean when we were alone and it was dark? And
yeah.
Then also, I showed him this here. And now for everybody, because I use 2 cameras, so you guys get a different one here. And then she has these in stock to go on the car.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so there's that. I pulled a few of her products, or she pulled a few of her products off the shelf for me to show off and play with during the show. And that Godzilla is heavy.
Yeah, he is.
And I used her other folding table for this show, and it doesn't lock down the way the other one does. So, like, I put all the computers on it, and it started doing...
Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm like...
Just realised I've unintentionally assumed the Bond villain stroke.
Well, it's better than the stroke you were doing earlier, mister.
At least now I'm playing with a pussy.
That's right. Instead of some asshole.
Oh.
So, yeah.
What's next week?
Music.
That's right. We'll have Ronnie Mexico on again.
Yeah.
And Ed and Kevin is going to lead the conversation, and Andrea is going to...
Is that live performances?
Yeah, the best musical live performances ever.
I know of a few.
I know some shows that I've...
It should be an interesting program, because this is the interesting thing about music, isn't it? Is that it's such a subjective thing, you know.
Oh yeah.
One man's meat is another man's poison, very much. You know, what I find amazing might sound like utter shit to somebody else. So there's plenty of topic debate, I think.
I went to see a bluegrass band for one of the stories I was covering, and Andrea went with me, and neither of us are necessarily bluegrass fans. But I tell you what, once you're sitting in front of them, they were just A, talented musicians, B, entertainers. And
I can't stand to sit and listen to bluegrass music, but I love going to bluegrass concerts.
Yeah, it's like going to a sporting event instead of watching it on TV. It is a different experience.
Big difference.
Yeah, and I would have never expected that, but I'm like leaning over to Andrea going, this is actually, I'm really kind of enjoying this, and I would have never, and they played a gospel tune, and we're like, no, this is still good stuff. It's...
Not my thing, but it was very good. It has to do with the entertainers. That's when you know they're true entertainers.
Yeah, when they can keep a crowd, even if it's not their type of thing, and you're like, no, this is... Yeah, you're doing more than just playing music. You're... Yeah, good job, guys. It's like a woman pissing in the men's room.
Yeah.
Like Lindsay Sterling.
Oh, yeah.
She's an entertainer.
Mm-hmm.
Bless you, Fred.
And she's adorable.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
We need to have her on the show.
That'd be great.
Mm-hmm.
She seems fun.
Maybe she'll listen. You know, I wonder if she
Get her to bring her friend Lizzie Hale from Hailstorm.
Lindsay Sterling. Let's see, am I spelling her name right?
Sterling.
No, I got that. I'm just not sure if it's Lindsay with an A or an E.
EY, I think.
I think so too. Yeah, I'm not seeing her. Well, there's 3 channels. Let's go see what that says.
I would like to see her in concert, and the Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
Oh, I saw them once. They are, yes, definitely.
What, together? Well, as one kid.
Oh, that would be great.
Saw them once.
That would be great.
Yes,
what, together? Well, as one kid.
Oh, that would...
You're quite comfy there, Fred.
Oh, Fred.
Okay, there's one channel called Lindsay Sterling is Not Hot. Lindsay Sterling the Smutty, and then there's just Lindsay Sterling. Let's go see what that one is.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
That's weird.
No, I don't think this is her because everything is empty. There's no anything here. So I think somebody just went, let's use that name.
I'm sure other people have that name.
It's not everything posted that I expected to post because I have a Patreon thing that's supposed to post and I haven't seen that. So I'll have to look at that stuff later and see about it. It's yeah, so Ed, do you see the thing in the chat that explains the shots and the points?
Yeah.
It comes up every now and then.
It should have just
there it is. Okay. All right.
So yeah, it's yeah, there might be a bit of a delay from mine to yours. And
it doesn't say that she's on Twitch, but she's on YouTube, Spotify.
Everywhere but.
Well, she's got enough going on. She doesn't need a live show to.
No.
And also her material is.
Where did she come from originally? Wasn't it something like America's Got Talent or something? One of those talent shows.
Something like that.
And because I know YouTube was what made her famous, but didn't she first get noticed or something through a TV program?
It's
and they're like, oh, that's not interesting, and then she does all this stuff, and it's really cool.
Yeah, her videos are awesome.
Oh God, yeah.
Born in '86.
Victoria says America's Got Talent.
Ah, there you go. Thank you.
Yeah, I went to the Wikipedia.
Yeah, there it is.
She's
season
31?
86. So yeah, about that.
Yeah, 31.
Yeah, it says right there.
Born in '86. Damn.
That's crazy.
And she was in her early to mid 20s when she, it was 7 years ago when she was on America's Got Talent. So yeah.
See, what I like about her is, all the kids take these classes for instruments in school, but who really does anything? She does, and that'll make kids appreciate music.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. It's and I'm pulling up another. Sterling is with eyes. Oh, that's a Russian chat mode. Probably not the one I'm thinking of then.
America's Got Talent in 2010. She was 23.
There's 31 Lindsay Sterling channels.
Yeah.
29 of which you probably couldn't share links to.
Well, they're all on Twitch, so yeah. There's Lindsay.
They're all her.
Yeah, probably. It's oh man, I am tired. I am ready to head home and.
7 minutes.
Wow, look at that! Yeah.
There's her website. Yeah, she's of course got a YouTube channel of Lindsay Stomp. YouTube.
Ian and Victoria, you guys are making me feel old here. Yeah.
What do they say? I'm missing this.
Isn't there anybody older than me still around on the show tonight?
You don't look a day. What are you, 30, 33, Ed?
Yeah, 35.
Here, Ed, let's do this. I'm older than you.
Right.
If you're 35, I'm older than you.
So there we go.
Thanks, Fred.
Fred is older than you.
Fred's older than all of us.
Yeah, he is.
He's actually the product of a pet cemetery. He's an undying cat who just plagues this house and all who come to live in it.
Victoria
He's the original Dracula.
Is currently living up to his full name of Freddy Krueger, which is somewhat apt for tonight's show because he does have the most enormous claws, which he's currently digging right into my leg.
So we did have a famous movie icon on the show tonight then.
Yeah, we have Freddy Krueger with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, Victoria says age ain't nothing but a number. Yes, in your head, but your body will sometimes make an argument against that shit.
Won't it?
Yeah, and I'm not saying let's all complain about our aches and our whatevers, but I'm just saying there's times your body's like, yeah, 30, you wish, bitch. I remember I was 16 or 17 working at McDonald's, and there was a guy there who was, I don't know, 18 or something, or maybe 21. I think 18, though. And he lived and slept on his parents' couch and watched a lot of TV and worked at McDonald's. And he's like, you watch. When you get to my age, you're going to have those mystery aches. And I'm thinking, maybe if you get the fuck up off the couch once in a while. Let's see. Ian says the interwebs have made taking a greater interest in the arts have more sense. Back in my day, you had to practice fellatio just to get a look in. I think that's fellatio. Did you misspell fellatio?
Still helps
now. Well, blow me.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. Okay, we got 4 minutes to go or so. Anybody got anybody they want to raid tonight? I'm shy. I don't want to raid anyone. I only want to raid people that I know.
I can't do anything.
I'll have to follow more people, so I have more people to choose from. That's how that'll have to work.
I think I follow 4 people.
Yeah.
We're one of them.
Yeah, Lindsay's success. Yeah. Can you imagine being in your early to mid 20s and being talented and driven enough to get on America's Got Talent and then build the empire she has around her skill?
That's great. It's great.
Is. I wish my son was that talented and pretty and hot. Looked that good dressed as Link. Yeah, she dressed as Link and performed in the snow for one of her videos. Which I realized,
Yeah, it was really cool.
It was, no pun intended.
Winding down.
Okay, I get it, Ian. Yeah, practice fellatio just to get in. Yeah, ask Corey Feldman. I wish that was a joke, and I honestly do wish that was a fucking joke, because that was. Hey, you're a pretty 12-year-old boy.
Yeah, with all that stuff coming out now.
Well, that came out, of course, as we all know, a while ago, and everybody went, "Oh, Corey, stop!" And and I don't know the guy. I don't have any particular favor towards him or anything against him, but yeah, that's wrong. And I imagine if a teenage boy went through that, imagine what teenage girls go through.
The only thing is you don't hear about it from the boys as much.
Yeah, I hope he names names, and I hope other people step forward. Because, I hope Drew Barrymore steps forward and names names, because she was in her teens and going through that too, and it's been commented on here and there. So, really? So, Corey's going on the Today Show. Yeah. Okay.
And on that high note.
Yeah, next week we've got best musical performances ever. Live musical performances. And we have Ronnie Mexico joining us, who was one of our regulars at one point in time. Let's do a toast.
Looking forward to that. Yeah, let's have a
closing. Here's to having a topic and fucking off the whole show.
Yeah.
Here.
Here's to having a face full of pussy.
Here's to being able to have a cigar for the show.
Good night, Ian. Good night, Victoria. Thank you to both of you for hanging in there.
Everyone else who's listening on Twitch but not commenting or hanging out in the background, thanks for being with us tonight. And everyone who's been listening in on the radio stations and joining us on Facebook.
And for our growing YouTube audience, thanks for joining us and sticking through the whole show. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. It is growing in popularity there, and people are watching the whole show on occasion, sometimes just 17 seconds before going, what the fuck is this shit? The rest of
the more you listen, the more shots you get.
That's true. So join us live on Twitch if you're not watching it, and to make sure you click on one of the other videos if you're on YouTube. Okay, I think we're good to set out this. Let's go there for the stations. And for all you folks over there on Twitch, good night, and we will catch you next week. Look forward to it.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.